No, lazy river.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you love a good lazy river, right?
Lazy river connoisseur. Like
Oh, really?
I'm
You're
too old. I'm too old to be going down all them fucking big hilly things and all that shit and walking up all them goddamn steps and stepping in salmonella and kids piss and shit and diapers and stuff like that. Just
Oh,
give
yeah.
me a tube, let me bop a gummy, and let me float around like I'm fucking Weekend at Bernie's for the next 10 hours.
Well, what would you do? How would you feel if you were in a lazy river and you're
Oh, we're
just
talking etiquette.
floating around? Oh, there's a whole those lazy rivers, man. The people. First off, it's mad chaos getting into a lazy river sometimes with these rude ass people that can't understand how a line works, and they start bum rushing, and then the other people they go around again even though there's a line. No, you got to get out. You got to there's a line. You get one lap around when there's a line. You don't keep.
Yeah, you get out, you put the tube down, you run around, you go through the turnstile again, you grab the tube, you jump in line, you do it. Like that's what you do.
Exactly right. Instead, now we're living in a society full of heathens, people that don't know how to wait in line, and that's one of the biggest things. Those stupid water parks. Like I can't handle lines, so that's why I try to. I'm so happy my kids are not obsessed with amusement parks because I can't do the line. So
I'd just spend money if they have any type of thing for any type of speed pass or jump to the front of the line. Just I'd pay it.
still not enough. Still too much. No way. Because there's a chance then you got to wait in line with the other people who have the jump of the line, and then you're literally still in just a line that's just a shorter line, and you're supposed to make you feel better about that. Fuck that bullshit. Hate it. Now imagine being in your lazy river. You finally get your tube. You have to wrestling with some big fat lady. You wrestle your tube away. You splash down. You lean back. You're floating along, bumping into annoying little kids who don't do the lazy river right, and they run through it, bumping into you and jumping around like a bunch of turds. Well, then you go around a corner. It's nice and chill. You close your eyes. You lean back. You're letting the water push you. You suddenly feel your hand graze up against something as you're laying there all sprawled out. You open your eyes, and as you open your eyes, there's a woman yelling, "Hey!" because she's breastfeeding, and you've just grazed her boob or her baby.
Go to the fucking bathroom, lady. Nobody wants to see that shit. Put your fucking titty away. I don't give a shit. What the fuck? Go inside the bathroom.
So there's this woman. Her name is, Tiffany Francis. She put up this huge Facebook post last week. And she says, "I have never in my years of being a breastfeeding mother had one single negative comment made to me about breastfeeding while out in public. I've had supportive comments from random people, but today was a different day. I went to Rigby's Water World tagged today with my family. My son is 11 months old, and when it was getting to be his nap time, like I do every visit, I got in the lazy river to nurse him to sleep. He likes motion to sleep. He sleeps well in the car or swing. So he will also sleep in the lazy river. At home, he always nurses to sleep."
Mother.
Well, first off, I would read this whole post, but here, I'll just show you how
Sorry
long.
about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm glad you cut me off because
I got sick of Tiffany.
I really didn't need to read all of that. I wasn't going to read all of that.
I asked to be refunded for my season pass. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. She because she was asked by the lifeguard to leave the lazy river because she
Good for the lifeguard. Start a GoFundMe if that asshole got fired.
She's all upset because there's no rules posted anywhere. And the lifeguard then, it was actually a girl lifeguard, went on to tell her that it was posted in the rules out front. So she went out front and to read the rules. And of course, there was nothing stated, anything about children, except babies need to be wearing swim diapers. Why? Because they shit and piss everywhere, which means your bodily fluids from your breast milk could get in the lazy river, you dumb lady. Ugh.
I mean, you've pissed in the lazy river.
Me? No, never. But mine's not going to give herpes.
bullshit liar.
Mine's not going to spread herpes.
You're a
It can.
bullshit liar. Every time you piss in the lazy river, you look behind you to see if there's some type of blue cloud or something that's coming because
That's a
shit
myth.
that they told you when you was a kid.
That's
I
a
know,
myth.
but one of these times it ain't going to be a myth, and there's going to be some streaks.
No, I don't. I actually don't understand what. I understand nursing is. I am actually all for it. Ladies, they want to go nurse, sit in the middle of a room and do it and pull your boob out. I don't give a shit about that. It doesn't bother me. But in a lazy river, where potentially if your boob flops out, you can start spraying your milk into the lazy river. That's kind of gross. I don't know why that grosses me out so much. Like, and I've actually done. I have kids. My ex-wife was pregnant with, and I actually didn't mind a little bit of breast milk into my mouth. It actually tastes pretty good. I'm not grossed out by my wife's breast milk or that ex-wife's breast milk. But some random ladies, that makes me grossed the fuck out. I was like, ew, when I saw this story.
I can't say that would gross me out at all, but.
If that tit whipped out of that baby's mouth and just started squirting milk on you while you're in the lazy river, you bump into her, you get an eye full of milk.
On, bro. People tell me that's piss, so.
I know, but you're in the mood for it at that point. That's what you're there for. You're not in the lazy river expecting to take one in the eye. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God I'm wearing sunglasses.
All right. Well, Mikey, you probably would have.
I'm still not okay with it. The fact that this lady's floating around with an 11-month-old child, trying to hold the towel over the baby while the kids are running all over.
Oh, I'm sure she didn't try to pull the towel over anything. I'm sure she was brazenly hoot her out. Look at me. Watch what I'm doing.
Sounds like one of them hooters that was hanging into her lap and the baby was down there.
No, I saw the picture of her. She's not. Let's see. Actually, what is this lady's picture? I meant to show it to you. Actually, hold on. Here she is. I was just getting ready to pull up something else, but so it's kind of a crappy picture. I have no idea what her body looks like. Why won't this open? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what she looks like. So, I mean, just like a normal mom or whatever.
Yeah, it's that woman that's withholding sex from her husband by hiding in the baby's room.
That's who it reminds you of. Same face?
Yep, looks just like her.
She's back.
Yeah.
Samantha, she said, "Hey, Dom, I saw an article, and I'm sorry it wouldn't let me attach a picture. It's an article, it's a picture of a man taking his daughter to the Barbie movie dressed as a woman, and everyone loved it and congratulated him. But then there's a picture of a trans man who wore a similar outfit, not to the Barbie movie, but just out in public, and people made fun of him until he cried. I'd like you and Mikey's opinion on why one is okay and the other is not, or what do you guys think?" Well, I actually have a picture of the guy, this dad. And this is just the dad trying to please his little girl. Not just, I mean, it's a pretty cool thing, dude. The daughter said something along the lines, what did she say to him? She said, she wanted him to wear something pink and challenged him to wear something pink. And so he said, fine, I'll take it up a notch and I'll wear this. So that's him at the movies, at the Barbie movie with his daughter, going full out, cowboy boots, cowboy hat, and a pink tutu. And people are applauding him, saying, what a great dad. He's doing whatever he can to make his daughter happy, which I guess is a cool thing. And I'll be honest with you, if my daughter had said, will you wear a dress to the thing, I probably would have said yes, to be honest with you, because I really would have, who cares? You know what I mean? If it's going to make the kid happy, why not? Now, I would say the only reason we know about this story is probably because he was making it very, very clear to everybody, I'm just doing this for my daughter, guys. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Just so you guys know what a great dad I am. Hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining us this evening on issue number 75. Thank you for streaming on my tube. You guys know how much I love having you streaming on my tube. Guys, it feels so good. It feels so right having you guys here streaming on my tube with me. So thank you guys for joining us this evening. I appreciate it as always. I have a new way to keep an eye on the chat, guys. I think I'm going to be able to look at it over here a little bit more easily, so I should be able to keep up with you guys in the chat a little bit better. Maybe kind of control what's going on in there after some of the drama that ensued last night. Holy crap. Pardon me, guys. Was outside earlier. My allergies are going crazy. Shout out, by the way, Brap, first in chat. Got to give the guy some love. He's always in there very quickly. So good, a little bit of love to him. And a little bit of an apology over, apparently, to Strawberry Charlie. Apparently, he was first in chat the other night, and I forgot to give him a little bit of love, dude. So I apologize for that. If you were first and I missed it, and I forgot to give you love, hey, I apologize, because I appreciate my league there. So thank you guys for joining us this evening. Special shout out to the League of Dummies. Damn, not Cream Pie Tony P already bringing the super chats. Thank you so much, man. He says he's on set, ready to go. Everybody's here tonight. I do believe we will be doing a McDonald's challenge, I believe, around 8 o'clock tonight. So stick around for that. I did have a little bit of audio issues in the testing, so we'll see if I can get that straightened out. Not 100% sure I'll be able to get it straightened out, but maybe. So we'll see what we can do with that. So Jason is his name. He's one of the League of Dummies, I do believe. So we'll talk to Jason here in a little bit. Hopefully we can get his audio set up. Actually, you know what? Let me peek in with him real quick. Let's see if we have audio from Jason. If we do have audio from him, then we won't have to worry about it. And I can definitely go to him. Let's check over. Let's see if we got audio. We did a little test before the show. It worked for a second, and then it shut off. I have no idea what happened. All I did was turn my headset off, my microphones, and that shouldn't make a difference. Or excuse me, my headphones. That shouldn't make a difference. So, all right, let's check in with Jason. Hello, Jason. Are you there? Oh, no, and they put up the wrong thing, too. Oh, no, I got nothing from Jason. Shit. Unless I gave him a different... let me double check. No, I don't have him. Why is it showing up on here, but the wrong thing? So no, it didn't work. So Jason, we'll try again. That should come up on that one. No, that should go to the master. Go ahead and talk for me one more time, just in case. Nah, it's definitely something on your end, dude, because I changed something here, and it's got to be something on your end. So it might be, there's a couple different things I would check. First off, I would check whatever your output is, or your microphone input on your heads. Look in your, first off, make sure in the vMix, let's see if I can cut to this guy, if this will work. There we go. On your software, make sure that you have the microphone turned on. Obviously, in the link, that's the first step. Make sure that's there. Yep, you got that. And then from there, up in your browser, there's going to be a little thing that'll tell you, it'll let you pick which microphone you're using. That's probably where the disconnect is, up in the top in the bar where the typing is. So I'll leave you up. I'll leave the audio up. I'll hear if you're able to get it caught up. And so keep tinkering with inputs and outputs and stuff, and that might get it figured out for you. So I did accidentally close the chat somehow. I'm not sure how I did that, but I did close the chat. I got it. It's back up. It's back up, guys. So, oh shit, snap. Big shout out to the secret ADS mod. She just gifted, I just gave away her gender. Oops. Maybe it's not. They just gifted 5 another Dumb Show membership. So thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it, secret ADS mod. That was very nice of you to do that. B4 got one, Trevor got one, Falcor got one, and Kate got one. So, and Crystal also got one. So congratulations, guys. You are now official members of the League of Dummies. And of course, you guys know you can become an official member of the League of Dummies by hitting that join button. It's the easy way to do it. It's very simple to become a member of the League. Just click that button, my guys. All right, so I got to dig into some emails here. Um, uh, we'll get into those here real quick. I'll read some of these emails. Oh, sorry, I got to turn that off real quick. Sorry. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. I apologize if I seem a little frazzled or distracted. I just came from my son's travel baseball tryouts. Now, thank God those Cream Pie Tony P threw in one of those superfan donations. Thank God Secret ADS Mod gifted some of those memberships because, guys, let me tell you, if this kid makes this team, and I'll tell you a little bit about his tryout in a minute, if this kid makes this team, it is $1,500. $1,500 for the travel baseball season. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out, if we're going to be able to do that, to be quite honest with you. That's a big swing for mom and dad to pull off. I know mom and stepdad, they do pretty good, but dad doesn't. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out for old Buckaroo, but he did a great job at his tryouts. I'm very proud of him. He did the best he could. He's not quite as fast as the other players, so that's definitely a little bit of a disappointment. I think he's got to pick up his speed for sure. Oh, geez, another group of memberships just given out. Not Cream Pie Tony P, just gifted 5. Another Dumb Show membership. Hell yeah. All right, just hooked up Curious George, got your 6, Deanna, False Bandicoot, Rich Morris. Guys, welcome. You're official members of the League of Dummies. Oh, this is great. Well, we're going to need it, like I said, because while his tryout went okay, he's upstairs, so I don't want him to hear me. I'll be a little surprised if he makes the team. I'm not going to lie. Because there's only a few slots left on this 12U team, and I think there's maybe 4 slots left, and there were other tryouts a couple days ago. There's another one on Sunday. There were some players there today that he was up against, so there was probably 12, 15 kids there today, and in his group, actually, maybe only like 8. But I'm going to be honest with you, he was not towards the top as far as performance-wise, but he is definitely competitive. He's just a one step behind them. So I think he just needs a little bit more training. So I think what will end up happening, he's probably going to end up doing some private stuff at this place called D-Bat that we love. It's in Middleburg Heights, which is a suburb outside of Cleveland. They have cages and they have one-on-one private tutoring and coaching and all that stuff. So we don't know if he got the spot, Jelly. We'll find out on Sunday because, like I said, there's one more set of tryouts that have to happen on Sunday. So we'll know officially. Jason said he's having he said he's having a hard time getting it up and running with the audio. Yeah, maybe what we'll do is we'll try to get a little test up and running. Maybe we could figure out an angle too where you'll be able to have the camera a little farther away where we can see the food and stuff too. So, because Jason, I think we just can't get the audio to pop up. He's trying. He was going to do McDonald's challenge tonight. So, did you already order the food? Oh, no, he did. Oh, crap. He's nodding. Yes, he already ordered it. And he's talking in the chat. Yes. Oh, no. Ah, shoot. So, well, we'll see. I feel bad making you do it 2 nights in a row. So if there's anybody at the house, share some food with them or something. Unless you're able to get it tested. I can leave you up down there. And I'll know if you get the mic working somehow. So if you want to keep tinkering, like I said, you're more than welcome to do that. And if I hear you, we can definitely move forward with the Mikey's McDonald's challenge. And speaking of Mikey, Mikey is not here tonight. Mikey is doing his infamous double date that he talked about, his sushi double date with his buddy. I guess they have let's see, what do they got going on? I think he said it's in 90 minutes, all you can eat sushi. So him and his buddy are really going. Him and his buddy and their 2 girls, they're really going to be going ham on trying to eat as much sushi as they can. So we'll see how that goes for Mikey. He said he was going to keep track of it and let us know how many rolls they were able to nail down tonight. So, Crooked Orchid said that's amazing. Going back to Shay's practice or tryout tonight, she says that's amazing. I hope he gets in, even though it's a financial hardship. So, yeah, it's a double-edged sword because I really want him to make the team, obviously. But there's the pocketbook in me's going, yeah, maybe it's all right if he takes another week, year to learn a little bit or something like that along those lines. So, but deep down, I think if he does make the team, which will be a little bit surprised. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be a little bit surprised. Maybe we'll be able to pull something off. I did just put out a few quotes for some weddings today, so that's good. Maybe that'll end up paying off. So who knows? Maybe we can have something. Maybe I'll hit a little lick again where I'll be able to get one of those great events like I did earlier this year. Who knows? So that's just something to keep in mind moving forward. Maybe maybe we'll be able to swing it. But again, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So I do see the phones are ringing. They're working. It's Open Lines America tonight. I will take a call. I'm pretty sure it's probably Mom's at the bowling alley tonight, so you know who's probably giving us a call. So we'll see if it's him. If it's him, I'm just going to hang right up because I'm not interested in dealing with him. But hi, you're on another Dumb Show.
What's up, Dumb? It's CB.
Oh, what's up, Christina? How are you? What's going on?
Living the dream, my guy. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to hear from you. What's going on? What can I do for you this evening?
Yeah, I figured I'd call in. I'm not in the chat. I'm actually driving down 75. We're moving to Florida, so I'm making that drive.
I'll be damned. What took you down to Florida? A job change, something like that, or just decided you're a snowbird now and can't take it anymore up here?
Something like that. Well, the last 5 years we've been snowbirding, but we decided that we're just going to make the permanent move. I can't stand the snow.
I totally understand. I really, what do you do for a living? What do you guys do?
So yeah, my husband's in the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union, so he'll work out of the union hall down there, and I do consulting for electronic medical record software. I actually own my own business, so I'll do the same thing down there. So it should work out good.
Good for you. That's fantastic. Well, I hope it works out and you enjoy your new. What part of Florida are you going to be in?
We'll be in St. Pete, so right near Tampa. So that should be good. I know we've got a couple ex-RMG members down there, so hopefully I'll be able to see them maybe while I'm down there.
That's great. I know there's that's a big the RMG crew. You guys spread across the whole country, so that's wonderful. I hope everything goes well for you. It's great to know more people down there because I am considering down the road expanding the DJ business and becoming a snowbird myself and getting a place down there too.
I heard you say that. That's such a good idea, dude. I would totally recommend it. We've been loving doing the snowbird thing, and I think we're gonna love being down there permanently even more. We'll see.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting an investment. Like, cause I taking the equipment up and down is a pain in the ass if I was going to be doing it back and forth. But if I just kind of cut off winter dates here at one point and then just kind of move the stuff down there and then figure out a place to stay or whatever just through the winter, then all the equipment's there and I'm ready to go. So that would actually be pretty sweet. Be a pain in the ass with the kids and everything. That's another ball of wax, but it would be a pretty cool gig because winters up here as far as weddings go aren't exactly super duper lucrative. So hopefully that will change.
I hear you, my dude. Well, if we end up buying a duplex, I'll save a side for you. You can rent it off of me.
Hey, that sounds great to me. There you go. Go. Make sure you guys start looking right now, okay? I'm going to put your feet to the fire, okay? And I promise I'll lay off the Uber.
My dude.
I'll lay off the Uber Eats tonight only, just for you.
There
okay?
you go.
I already lied.
Go. Tonight only, just for me.
I'm lying. It's already ordered. It's on its way already. So.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
All right, my dude. Well, I just wanted to call and say what's up, man.
It's great to hear from you. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. You guys know how much I love when you call. So have a safe trip. Let us know how the new place is. Send some pics and enjoy your new life down in Florida.
Yeah, will do, buddy. Have a good night.
All right, dude. Later. Oh, man. Good for her. So that was Christina. She's from the chat. She's the one who always gives me the hard time about Uber Eats and all that good stuff. So I figured I would give her a little bit of love. That's good to hear from her calling in. And it looks like the phones are ringing too. So you guys know I pay for these damn phones. I'm going to answer them. F1, Frank, you're on. What's going on? You're on another Dumb Show. How are you? 844-HIT-DUMB. 844.
Hey, what's going on, Dumb?
448-3862. Not much, my dude. How are you, sir?
I just wanted to tell you a funny story about how my weekend went.
What happened? What'd you do this weekend? You all right? You get in trouble?
Well, yeah. Well, no, I almost got. Well, actually, the cop walked away laughing. But you ever hear of liquid ass?
I have heard of that. Yes, it actually it got brought into the studio and fart box at one point, and we made a rule.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were real. We were pretty much had no rules. Kind of, there was no holds barred back in the fart box as far as just ripping farts and just kind of being gross in general in there. Except we made a pact that because that stuff
No
is
liquid
so.
ass.
Yep, that because that stuff is so disgusting, we made a pact to each other that none of us would ever use that stuff in the fart box. And we all stuck to it. But yes, I'm aware of it. It's disgusting. And if you don't, well, hold on for people. Hold on, dude. Just in case people don't know what liquid ass is, it's a. I'm sure they probably do, but if you don't, it's a little jar of. Well, it smells like butt. If you put your hand and you just rub it down, like give yourself a stink palm, like mall rats. You rub your hand on your ass, smell that. That's what liquid ass is, and it's concentrated butt smell times 1,000. And if you just put like one drop of it anywhere, it will destroy an entire room. So that's why the fart box, because it was so small and not ventilated, we were like, no. So what did you do with liquid ass, F1?
I just walked down one aisle of the store and I squirted it up on the aisle and just walked away and forgot about it and went about my shopping.
What store was this
in?
Anything
about it. Huh?
What store was this in, dude?
Just a little local store here around where I live. It wasn't like in Giant Eagle or
like a
or
corner
Walmart
store, like a
store.
little corner store kind of deal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
cold.
I walked away and didn't think nothing about it, and I didn't smell up the whole thing, And then
I
just went to
disagree.
leave and maybe I'm immune to it.
No way, that stuff's strong, dude. Especially if you sprayed it too. Like one drop will kill an entire room. That's why I'm saying if you sprayed it, dude, it must have been so bad. Do you not like the owners of this place? What is the reason? Are you just a prankster?
Oh no, I was just doing a prank thing, and I went to leave, and this lady confronts me. You just sprayed my kids with blah blah blah. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? I didn't put two and two together, and
so
empty your pockets, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. And
did she think you sprayed like poop water on them or something? Like, well, did she know?
I sprayed directly on her kids, and I wasn't anywhere near her kids. So they must have walked into the mist or whatever, and but she took down my frickin' license plate number, went to the cops and filed a report and sent the cops to my fucking house, man.
Oh my God, for real? Holy shit. That's crazy. Now, so were the cops laughing when they arrived? Like how did that interaction go?
When he first got here, he was kind of like stone-faced or whatever, because she went in there saying this guy sprayed something on my kids. Like maybe she thought I was trying to steal her dumbass kids, which I don't want any part of that.
Right.
And he's like, well, where's it at? I'm like, I'm going to go in the house and get it. Don't shoot me. And he's like, well, whatever. I'm not one to shoot nobody. And I gave it to him. He looked at it and he kind of smirked a little bit, Yeah. He's like, well, I'm going to take a picture of this for evidence. He went back to his car. I'm assuming he took a picture or whatever. And he brought it back and he handed it to me and said, well, don't do that no more. And I freaking said, well, here. He's like, I'm going to go back to talk to her. Depends on whatever she wants to do, whatever. And I'm like, well, here, just take it. And that way, I'll never do it again.
Yeah, I can't go order more from Amazon.
He's like, you could get disorderly conduct. Fart spray.
Really?
And when he was walking away, I was like, man, you got to admit, it's kind of funny, right? And then that's when he kind of chuckled a little bit. And
Oh yeah, he didn't take a
Fuck
picture of
on.
it for evidence. He took a picture of it and sent it to his other buddies that are on duty, and like, you're never gonna believe what I'm dealing with right now.
No,
So.
he took the bottle that I gave him back to the freaking the
To the cruiser.
department and sprayed that on his on the rookie's fucking clothes. You know?
Oh
what I mean?
no, yeah, they're doing that. They're putting it in the jail cells, everything. Yeah, they're fire. They're. He's having a good time with your stuff. He's messing with all the other drunks and stuff. So now, F1, you don't strike me, and please don't take this the wrong way. You don't sound exactly like a spring chicken. You don't sound like
No.
this is something I would have done when I was like 13 or 14. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm a little bit younger than you. I'm in my early 40s.
Yeah, I'm 45, and while I find this kind of stuff
Yeah,
hilarious,
I'm 43, I think.
all right, well, the next time you
Yeah.
decide to pull one of your famous F1 pranks, record it for
Record
me
it,
and send it in.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to see when the ladies start yelling at you next time when you spray it on her kids because you made them smell like shit. She's probably just mad because they already smelled like shit and they just started smelling worse when you
That's
sprayed
what
them.
I said. Your kids already shit their pants, and you're just trying to blame it on me.
You're like, who brings their kids to a corner store anyway, lady? All right.
Well, I was just trying to call you out of Monday, Tuesday, and I didn't get through. So I thought I would tell you that because it was pretty funny to me, and I figured you thought it would be funny.
I love that story.
Other
That's
people
great.
would.
Thank you for calling in.
It would be funny, too.
No, it is very good. It made me laugh really hard. I'm just picturing a 40-some-year-old man walking through a corner store spraying liquid ass around, and then some Karen screaming at him. Although I would do the same thing. If you hit my kids with liquid ass, I'd lose my shit on you, to be quite honest with you. I'd be like, because I know the smell immediately. I'd be like, did you just spray liquid ass on my fucking kid? What's the matter with you, dude? Oh, man, that's good. All right, well, F1,
All
stay
right,
out
Jeff,
of
I'll
trouble.
let you get to the next person, man. Hey,
Thanks,
have a
dude.
good night. I'll bother you in the next couple days. or
You're
whatever.
welcome to bother me anytime. You stay out of trouble. Or actually, I don't care what you do. If you get in trouble, just record it next time. So.
Get in trouble as long as I send it to you, huh?
Exactly right. AnotherDumbShow@gmail.com, bro. All right. See you later, F1.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
one,
brother.
bro.
Likewise. All right. That's great. I see Jason anxiously furiously working to try to get things connected down there. It's looking like it's not having it. Have you done the whole computer reboot? Oh, well, wrong button. Sorry. The whole total computer reboot. Yes, he has. No, that's really weird. He said a few times. It should just be working. I don't understand why it isn't working, to tell you the truth. It should just be. It's usually a plug and play thing. Do you? I know this is lame. Do you have like regular old, just like a gaming headset? Is that what that is? Is that plugged right in too? Really? Oh, yeah, that might be what it is. It doesn't really like Bluetooth so that may be part of it. I don't know if it's, yeah, the wire, but the microphone's wired, so, but you can hear me with Bluetooth, so it's not, that can't be it. There's no on switch on your mic. Oh, did you go into your actual computer sound settings to check the input? Because it might be in your actual settings, not on the bar on the browser. It might be in your actual computer sound settings. You have to go to the controller there and see if your input might be on the wrong one. There you go, troubleshooting away. He's playing with that. We'll let Jason try to get that fixed if he can. He's going to try to take on Mikey's McDonald's challenge for me. And again, you can just keep tinkering away, dude. I'll know if you start working. All right, so Mikey already sent in an update with some of his sushi. So here's what Mikey's working with right now, guys. Little muck. Look at this guy. He's already listening and working at the same time. I can't turn this thing. I wish I could turn it, but you can use your. It's sushi. Who cares what angle you're looking at it? There you go. So there's where Mikey is right now. Instead of being at work, this goddamn guy. No, I'm just kidding. I love my dude. He is enjoying all that sushi right now. That's part of his all-you-can-eat sushi. Bottom row, there's at least 7 there. So we're looking at probably probably close to 30-some pieces of sushi right there. So he's doing good. Mikey's off to a good start. I think he's got another picture there. I don't know if that's the same one. I can't tell. But yeah, my main man, he's going ham right now. So Mikey, if you're listening, enjoy your double date. I hope you're having a good time there. He just sent another one too. So. And there's the last one, he said. So there you go, guys. Mikey going ham on all his sushi. I hope he doesn't crap himself too badly. All right, so I do have a couple emails, and one of them is from Maddie. Maddie said, Dunn, love the show tonight. You definitely got the people talking and worked up. I like the chat community you have going on in there, but I was a little scared to throw my 2 cents in sometimes. Either way, a very good show tonight. I have to be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed about some of what I heard is going on in the chat last night and where it trickled over to. And if you're on hold, I'll get you in 1 sec. I heard that the argument in the chat, I believe it began with Carrie, the dude, and Amanda, our putrid planner gal. They started battling back and forth about the vaccine. I don't remember who was on what side. I just know it escalated into personal attacks on families and threats and all this kind of outrageous stuff. So I would like to make it very clear. I would really like it if the league did not go down that road. I know I maybe sound a little hypocritical considering some of my past statements and temperamental shit that I've had happen. But I would really appreciate it if the league did not go down those lines. And there seems to be a common denominator a little bit in some of these arguments. I'm not mentioning any names, but I'm hoping that won't continue and that we can all try to work this thing out, and have, that's the problem with our whole country right now. I don't want to stand like I'm on a fucking soapbox or whatever, but that's a problem right now is everybody, you can't have a fucking opinion without it turning into a big, huge time, like crazy ass personal battle. Everybody turns everything so personal when it's just, you have differing opinions. Like Mikey and I, we don't agree about that shit at all. And in fact, I didn't really know any of that when Mikey and I became, when we've been friends for a while. I just learned all this election denier stuff and vaccine stuff and all that stuff. I didn't know any of that stuff. While because I know Mikey, I think it's funny. It doesn't make me not want to be his friend, and it doesn't make me want to start personally attacking him. I actually giggle about it because I just know where Mikey comes from, and so I just kind of, I just roll with it. So it's just funny to me that, I thought I could never be friends with somebody who's like that, but it doesn't change my opinion on Mikey really one bit, which is really weird because I thought that I really couldn't get along with someone who's like that too well, but it's not something him and I are going to have long, extensive conversations about other than on here. We might bullshit or joke about it a little bit, but we're not going to, if we went out and I'm drinking my beers and Mikey's drinking his sodas or whatever, or eating his boomers, we're not going to get into a big political conversation. We're going to talk about football or good times and be nostalgic and stuff like that. So I totally don't, I don't want you guys to go down the road that I did where I can lose my temper and start going after people personally and things like that. You cross the bull sometimes you get the horns though. That's how it works. But I don't think the discussion that you two, or the two of them, I'm not speaking to two people indirectly or directly, it's kind of just in general. I don't think anything that was being talked about last night needed to turn into any sort of personal thing. Nobody was having things done to them in order, there was no personal attack being made until it started being personal. The topic had nothing to do with, it was such a generic topic, it didn't need to turn personal. So that sucked. I didn't like that. And I hope, obviously I can't tell you guys what to do in there, but I sure hope things change. I don't want, I don't want one viewer running off another viewer or vice versa. I want you guys all to be able to hang out in there and say what you want to say and be able to argue back and forth. And not just constantly talk about, not just constantly talk about, I was reading something. And not just, and not turn things personal. I want you guys just to get along in there. So, I did see I missed a super fan donation in there from Pat Wooey wondering if Jason can just call in put it on speaker. It sounds janky. I'd rather us get it figured out, and we'll try to go from there. Maybe during a break we'll be able to get it figured out or something like that. I don't know, but I see him pressing buttons and stuff like that, so there's a chance we might be able to get it figured out. And I'd like to say I'm a doo-doo head or something, and I have some sort of setting wrong or something like that, but it's the exact same settings we had when we did it with PDJ and with Austin. So it definitely is not something on my end. And I'm not calling Jason a doo-doo head or anything by any means. I mean, because I've done some doo-doo headery stuff around here. You know, I was talking for 3 minutes with my fucking microphone off the other day. So the last thing I can do is give anybody a hard time for their technical issues. Let's see. Kim sent an email as well. See, this whole thing with the chat, it kind of trickled over. It was a big deal. It affected everybody. I got a lot of emails about it. Here's one from Kim. It said, "Hey, Dumb, what an interesting show last night was. I usually don't chat, but I almost did last night. It makes me sad people can't have an opinion without being chewed out by the entire group. I think COVID in politics is a very dangerous topic to bring up. Can we talk more about F1 racing and football? Haha. All jokes aside, I love the show so much. Mikey is a great addition, even if his opinions are mostly wrong. Love always, Kim." Well, thank you very much, Kim. I appreciate you saying that. If you guys, I would actually prefer when you guys start yelling at each other in the chat, just start yelling at each other on the phone. Call in on the show and you could say, "I can't believe XY or CYX just said this," or "I can't believe so-and-so said this," because then, you know, maybe you can I'll jump in and kind of maybe moderate a little bit before it starts getting a little bit personal and people start going for the throat and stuff like that. Maybe we can kind of talk it out a little bit. I can mediate, that kind of stuff. So yeah, in the future, guys, that's why I pay for these phones. I appreciate you guys talking in the chat for sure, but I pay for these phones so you guys can call in and tell me your opinions, and then we argue about it there. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. All right, we'll see if what's going on with this one. Hi, you're on another Dumb Show. Who's this?
Hi, this is Gunner. What's going on, Dumb?
Hey, Gunner, what's up, dude? How are you, bro?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, dude. What's going on?
Cool deal. I just had a question. I know you're a big Superman fan. I'm a DC fan myself. Who's your favorite Superman?
Ooh,
live action.
My favorite live action Superman, I think, honestly, was probably Henry Cavill. I really thought he did a great job. Man of Steel was probably...
He did.
Yeah, Man of Steel is one of my all-time... Mikey was talking about my favorite movies last night, and I don't know how I didn't mention Man of Steel. That's definitely one of my all-time favorite movies. You know, not necessarily so much because of Henry Cavill. Really, I think Kevin Costner stole the show in that movie, and that's what really... Because that's, you know, the Superman's dad is what drives Superman to be the way he is. Everybody knows that. So it did kind of... it did bug me that they did... You know, spoiler alert if you haven't seen that, but you know, Mom ended up running the show for the rest of Clark's life. That bugged me a little bit, even though I know that's the way it's supposed to go, but whatever. Because Kevin Costner was just that damn good, so that's why I was glad to see him come back in Justice League. But yeah, Henry Cavill is amazing. If you haven't seen it, have you seen the new Flash movie?
Yes, me and my pops went and seen it in theaters. It was really good.
Yep, so if you're a DC and a Superman fan, I mean, that was really, really, really cool. Obviously, the end of that movie, there was some really amazing Superman stuff going on there.
What do you think about Brandon Routh? You like him? The old Superman Returns?
Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I didn't hate him. A lot of people bust that movie. The movie itself.
A lot of people give that shit. That airplane scene, dude, is probably that's what got me into Superman, dude. That was huge.
That was great.
Where
I mean,
especially Lois from that airplane. That was huge.
Hell yeah! And then at the end, when he turns back into, you know, he's typical Superman, and he goes, technically, flying is still safer than driving. I mean, that's typical big blue Boy Scout stuff.
That was so good. That's Superman for you.
Exactly.
That was super good.
It's funny, people bust Superman's balls because he's corny or whatever, but I think that's part of, you know, we got to have a little bit of a good guy in our world. You know,
when Superman came out, man, it was the 50s or even before that. And that's
38.
It was huge. It was on TV. It was for people. It was just a different time, man.
It certainly was, and it's funny because I'll never understand why so many people are into Batman more than Superman. And I just saw a video, and actually in Rochester. I always thought Gotham City referred to either New York or Chicago. I wasn't exactly sure. And Gunnar, real quick before I play this video, who's your favorite Superman?
Brandon Routh or Henry Cavill. Henry killed it. I mean, you can't hate on him. You know, Christopher Reeve obviously is OG, but Brandon Routh, that's first Superman I ever seen, so I got to go with him.
Perfect. All right, dude. Well, I appreciate you calling and talking about Superman. I love when people, nothing makes me happier than when people call, but I do love when people think of me when they see Superman. That's so cool. I do love that so much. So hell yeah, dude.
Sure, yeah. I got a Batman tat on me, so I like Batman more than Superman, but I figured you like Superman, so I hit you up with a question.
Well, Gunnar, I'm going to let you go, and you can watch this video, and because it seems as though our old friend, it seems as though Batman has fallen on hard times. And like I said, I thought Batman lived in Gotham City, which Gotham City was supposed to be like New York City or Chicago. I never really knew which one it was. Maybe Chicago, and then Metropolis is New York City, but then they pretend they're right next to each other. I could never really tell. But it turns out Batman lives in Rochester. And I just came across this video. It's sadly, you know, guys, I know you're big fans of Batman. Everybody says Superman's such a nerd or whatever. But I don't think I could ever see, no matter what happened to Superman, no matter what hard time Superman falls on, I don't think we'd ever see him out there doing this like what Batman and his compadre Alfred are now doing on the streets of Gotham City, a.k.a. Rochester. There they are, guys. He's fallen on hard times. Batman is now on the corners. His suit significantly deteriorated.
Alfred, pleasure.
And we have a song for you.
All right, excellent.
Ready?
Love it.
Ready? Na 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 Batman. Batman.
Yeah. So. So guys, sadly, your hero has fallen on hard times. I know you all think that Batman is the man, he's badass, but I'm telling you right now, if Superman ever came on hard times, you'd never find him standing on the corner singing dun 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 with a fake Lois Lane on his side trying to get cash money. But so yes, Pat Wooey said, no, that's more like Crackman than Batman. So Matt Carey, the dude, she's back in there. She says more like Meth Man, all that stuff. So, I don't want to rehash all the chat stuff again. I do see the dude is in there, and I believe she was part of the drama last night, and that I believe it trickled over into the Discord or whatever, Discord, whatever the fuck it's called, that you guys have going on after the show. So again, it does bug me that I got viewers running off other viewers and stuff like that. I would prefer. I wish Amanda was still in there to be able to argue in there with Carrie without all the personal attacks going on. Like I said, I like it when the league gets along much better than when they're fighting. But hey, I can't fucking control it. You guys do whatever the hell you want. Let's see. Here's, speaking of the vaccines and all the drama that came with it, this is an email I got from Jake. He says, hey, Dumb, wanted to comment on the vaccine talk and any issues associated with it. I'm 35, 250 pounds, and carry all my weight in my stomach, which is supposed to be terrible for heart health. A ton of heart issues plague my family. With this background, I run 6 to 7 miles a day, every day, and eat like a effing trash can. I've had 0 health issues since the vaccine. I think it's easy for people to today to blame the vaccine, but it clearly helped, flattened out, clearly because people aren't dying of it every day like they were. I knew more people who died of COVID than the vaccine, just saying. Love the show, man. Keep it up, Jake. P.S. Just did my first Lazy River a few weeks ago. I loved it, except when people are acting like the F-tards and trying to ruin the experience for my daughter and I. I agree. Those Lazy Rivers are hit or miss, man. They're either just one of the most wonderful, and Curious George, I'll grab you in a sec. He's on the phones there. They are one of the most wonderful experiences, just so relaxing and chill. You're just enjoying it so much. If it's one of these adult ones where they let you take a drink or something, or a covered drink, I think I've been on one of those before somewhere, and that was just so awesome. And then you have these ones where it's just a million kids. and they're just running, splashing around like a bunch of jackasses, bumping into you, like at the tube around them, running with the tube, and then bumping into you and splashing everywhere, and you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm just trying to get my lazy river on, you little shit. But hey, whatever. I try to take it easy on the kids. I understand. But yeah, they're hit or miss, those goddamn lazy rivers. Speaking of hit or miss, sometimes his questions hit, sometimes his questions miss. Curious George, you're on another dumb show. What's up, my dude? How are you?
Hey, Dom. How you doing, bud?
I'm good, dude. Good to hear your voice.
Yep. So I'm not going to ask any like sexual question or anything like that. I mean, I do have curious kind of questions. I want to get to know you better and Mikey better and stuff like that.
Okay.
So to you, they might be so lame, but I mean, it really does paint a picture of who you guys are, who you are outside of work, at work, all that kind of stuff. I want to know everything about Dumb, so that's why I asked these questions.
George, okay. I'm going to make a ruling. You're not allowed to apologize for asking me questions anymore. I like when you ask me questions. No more apologies. Go.
Okay. So we've seen episodes where Dumb rages out. You've told stories where you went nuts on somebody or try to chase somebody down because they said some shit to you over the phone when you used to be a call screener on another show or on RMG.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious. You've admitted you have a short temper, a short fuse, and stuff like that. But of all the times you've been angry or someone has pissed you off, has there been ever an instance or incident where you felt like
hold
you
on.
were
We got him. Hold on, George. Let me interrupt you for 1 second.
Cool.
I
Go ahead.
just heard Jason. Jason, I think we're getting.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We got it. All right.
Later.
So your audio's a little loud, unless that was your phone you were talking into. I can turn it down. Actually, I'd rather have it louder.
No,
that's much better. He's there.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Hey.
it sounds like it sounds like your computer is picking up your audio versus your microphone, maybe. But hey, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers at this point. So let me put you on hold. Let me put you back on hold for a sec, Jason. Just so people know who I'm talking to. Jason's going to be doing Mikey's McDonald's challenge tonight. So we'll have to. Hey, what's up, dude? How are you?
Same shit, different vibe.
All right, cool. All right, dude. Let me put you back on hold for a sec. I'll let George ask me his questions, and we'll check back in with you. Hang on, man. All right, George, back to you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was your question? Of all my rage outs?
No, it's all right. I actually want to watch this. So if you don't mind, I'd love to drop off. I'm dying to watch to see what happens. I've been waiting for this.
Well,
so can I ask it another day or?
I'm trying to look at my time here. Let me do this. Don't go anywhere. Let me ask Jason. Jason, do you have your food already? Oh, he just stepped away. So George, he's away from his computer, so he's probably taking a dump. George, you're on.
Okay, real quick. So, can you tell me the incidents where you just were the closest to literally probably murdering somebody or just going completely off and nuts on somebody?
Oh boy. The closest where I've actually gotten to the point where I lost it. Probably that time on the show where I left the show. I didn't find the dude. Either I went to the wrong spot or he gave me the wrong spot or I just didn't find him, but I lost my fucking mind that day. I went crazy. I mean, I was driving up and down the street screaming his name saying, "Come out, you pussy." Like a complete maniac. Oh, I had lost my mind. I completely lost my mind that day. And it was all because I was like traumatized from the night before and like so angry at the guy who had tried to rob me or threatened to rob me when I was driving for Lyft. So I was taking out all that kind of fear and frustration from the night before when I really wanted to beat that guy over the head with a crowbar and didn't because I was worried about losing my job with Lyft because I needed the money at the time. So the next day it was like that, I wish I would have fucking hit that guy kind of attitude. So when that guy called in and he started ribbing me and calling me a pussy and all this shit, it sent me into a new level of rage. I went black. I didn't care about any repercussions that would happen to me ever at that point. And that was, between that and maybe the time where I lost to go after, when I went after Rover, That was another time I kind of lost it. If Dieter hadn't blocked the door, I probably would have gotten into a fight with him for sure. Who knows?
The
if
crazy thing is I have that episode saved where you did the whole episode. It's not aired on anywhere, but I mean, I got a hold of that episode.
Probably embarrassing. It's probably embarrassing for everybody.
Pissed.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed. He's embarrassed. He's probably not happy that he let that go and never. I would have fired the fuck out of me. I don't know what he's a much bigger man than I am, because I would have, even though it was good for the show, I would have said get the fuck out of here. And I think he even kind of fought for my job. To tell you the truth, I'm pretty sure the station wanted to fire me, and he was like, no, this guy's good for the show. Keep him around. And he just lost his mind for a day. And I was on weird medication, dude. I had switched medications, and the medication I was on, I had no inhibition. I didn't give a shit what happened or what I did. It's like the opposite of the medication I'm on now. That they changed the anti-anxiety medication I was on, and it made me, like, it turned the devil up and turned the angel off on my shoulder. But this new medication I'm on does the opposite. The angel's loud and the devil's quiet. So I'm able to kind of make my decisions a little bit better from there. So I would say those two instances probably, George, rank right up there with, closest to actually happening. One person held me back in one, the other one I ran out of. That road rage incident I talked about a while back where I tried to punch through that guy's window? I lucked out on that one, that I broke my wrist before the window broke. And again, these are all what ifs, and people are going to be throwing out wolf tickets or whatever. No, I'm not. I got asked about it, and that's why we're here. But again, George, I'm getting old. My wrist's bad. I have no interest. I have no interest in fighting or any of that bullshit, dude. I seriously, especially now with like this new medication, I feel like a hippie again. I feel like when I was like 18, when I just was like a big fat pot smoking hippie that was jolly and happy and never angry about anything or whatever. I feel like this medication has definitely pushed me back towards that a little bit more than I was before I started taking it, because I just, stuff will annoy me and I still get riled up. Like I got riled up the other day when that douchebag was calling over and over again. But
that was a good episode. Sorry,
yeah,
but that was good.
Okay. Yeah, occasionally I'm still like, and it's funny because I like when I talk to my therapist or my, I guess, is psychiatrist about it. She's like, look, it's not going to go away completely, probably. If anything, what it's really going to do is if you have, say you were having 5 episodes a month, for example, now you're going to maybe have a half of one a month or something like that across a year. So it'll just diminish the amount of times where you lose your temper or you fly off the handle or my mania happens in different ways. Sometimes I get very mad. Sometimes I get very low. Sometimes I spend money. It's just the whole, it's just part of whatever is wrong with me, manic in one way or another, up or down. So thankfully, it seems to kind of have me a little bit here, man. So some of your questions I might not have as good of answers moving down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought you would mention the one where you were on the Aftermath and you were literally gripping that microphone that kind of goes up from the headphones into your mouth. You were gripping it, yelling into it, you cunt, you bitch, and you went off on someone. I think what's her name? Julia from, I forgot her name. The one from, what's that caller that called in all the time, and you went off on her? Juanita? I can't remember what her name was and stuff, and you tore her apart, and I thought, oh my God. I've never seen anger.
I had two instances where I lit up 2 different ladies on the Aftermath, and I pretty much said the same thing on both of them, so I don't remember. One was Mary from St. Louis, and I don't remember what the other one's name was.
That's it.
Yeah. I used to, and I actually apologized to her on a previous episode because I felt bad because all the shit that she accused me of doing, I fucking pretty much did to be one. So it's not funny at all. Actually, it's horribly shitty. I was really shitty to her for a while when I was going through my anger shit. That's why I apologized to Mary, because pretty much everything she said was right. So I definitely owed her an apology. I already apologized. Yeah. I mean, keep apologizing, but.
Well, thanks, Dom, for answering those questions. I'm dying to get off to watch the YouTube of this challenge. And I'm dying to watch it. So good luck, guys, and I'm going to get off now and go to YouTube.
Okay, good stuff. All right, appreciate it, my dude. George, always good to hear from you. Later, brother. All right, so what we'll do, it looks like, so I see Jason's kind of, he's messing with his computer and stuff and getting his camera all together. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick break. Let me peek here and see, check in with the chat here, see if I missed any of this stuff. Vanilla Charlie, going back to the Superman conversation, says Adventures of Lois Clark in the 90s was my favorite. Yep, she was very hot. Terry Hatcher, she was a great Lois. I think that was why that show was so good. She was a great Lois. Dean Cain, way too small to be Superman. Brap says, let's talk racing. It's better than comic crap. I love them both. You damn it. Scrooge says, Christopher Reeve will always be, all caps, the Superman. But Henry Cavill's a close second. There you go. And Bat Wooey says, a superhero without powers is infinitely better than one with powers. Yeah. No, he's not. You son of a bitch. All right, guys. I think that's it as far as the chat. I did see there was another gifted membership from Cream Pie Super Teas. Cream CPTP. He put on another membership gift. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Brap said that was a miracle from George. No sex questions. Scrooge said pretty funny about Curious George. Did somebody say his name in the mirror 3 times and then he just appeared? That's pretty funny stuff. All right, so let's do this. I see Jason's back at his computer. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick break. Jason, are you there, my friend? Oh no, the audio's gone again.
Wait, there.
Oh, there it is. There he is. Now he's back. Now it's really loud. I don't know what just happened, but it got really loud. There's a big hissing sound I'm hearing. So you might need to turn down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm getting a big time hiss from whatever that microphone is there. That didn't sound good. Uh-oh. What happened? It had sounded good for a second, and then it went to shit. And that's exactly what happened before. It was working, and then it just went... this time, it just sounds like crap. Last time, it just cut out completely. He's double checking again. It looks like... all right, well, we'll cut away. I'll tell you what we'll do is I'll be able to hear when he comes back if he does get it fixed up, even though we're in a break. So what we'll do, take a quick break. We'll let Jason try to get that figured out, and then when we come back from break, if he does have it figured out, we'll do the Mikey's McDonald's challenge. We'll see if he can beat my time of 18:17. And if for some... Oh, do we have sound? Yeah. You there, dude?
Yeah.
Now we got... Ooh, that sounds good, too. Perfect.
Perfect.
All right.
I have to keep resetting the permissions, so...
All right.
Whatever.
Oh, that's probably what it is. It's yeah. If you refresh or go look at any other tabs or anything like that, sometimes that's what it does. So that's probably what it is. So if you're trying to like read chat or whatever, I'd pull it up on your phone. That might be the best way to do it.
That's what I'm doing now.
Perfect. All right, dude. So what I'm going to do, I'll put you back on hold there for a sec, and then we are going to, let's take a quick break. While we're in break, guys, I have a mole who has informed me that the trolls who really dislike me, really actually there's just 3 or 4 of them, are on a crusade apparently to try to ruin your old pal Dumb. Now, I don't like to acknowledge these people. I actually can't stand doing it. It drives me fucking crazy. But based on what I've found out these trolls are up to, I really need all of you guys to start liking the video. All right? It's very important. If you're watching the show and you like the show, not even if you like the video. Right now, I need it if you just like the show. I need you to like every video because the trolls, they're trying to band against me to try to get you guys or try to get people to try to F with me. And they're creating multiple accounts and they're trying to go ahead and try to dislike videos to try to mess with your old pal Dumb. So I'm going to implore all of you, take a second as I cough in your ear. Take a second. Hit that thumbs up so we can middle finger up to all the trolls out there. Because if you're watching the show, I assume you like your old pal Dumb. So if you want to help out your old pal Dom, the best way to do it right now is by hitting that like button, because it'll really just kind of pisses them off too, and that just makes me happier. So the more people we have liking the show, obviously that helps us. You know, YouTube is weird. It's got this weird algorithm that you got to catch. And there's certain ways to do it, and getting the likes on the videos helps. So the more likes that we get, that helps get the show to grow, and then we'll have more people in the League of Dummies, and we have more people watching and all that good stuff, and the show can just keep growing. I talked to a guy today. I have some fun options coming up in the future, possibly another person who's going to be hanging out with us every once in a while. A pretty funny dude, very opinionated dude. He has some pretty funny ideas already he's starting to throw at me, so that was pretty cool. There's some stuff in the hopper too, guys. So that's why we want the show to continue to grow. And one of the ways that you guys can help do that is by hitting like on this video and every other goddamn video I have. You want to go back and like all the old videos, you got nothing else to do, make sure you do that. So I would really appreciate it. So that's gonna wrap up the first half of Another Dumb Show. If you're not familiar with us and you don't know, if you're new, hey, second hour here is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. Enjoy your delis. I got some deli here with me. Maybe it's apple juice, maybe it's deli, who knows. If you guys enjoy your lavender, get your lavender out, start doing that. Put the kids in the other room, put them to bed, and when we come back from break, we are going to have Jason trying out Mikey's McDonald's challenge. We're going to see if he's able to beat my time of 18 minutes and 17 seconds. Alrighty, guys, sit back, relax, get your drinks. We'll be right back on Another Dumb Show. Hang on. All right. Whoa, I'm shaking the camera. All right, welcome back to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining us here. Ooh, whoops. Sorry. Thank you for streaming with us here on issue 74, I think we're on. I don't know. I can't keep track of this shit. So many numbers in my life. I can't keep up with them. All right. I got to put an edict out. There will be no fucking petitions put together to get the ADS chill beat removed from the break music. That's the break music. Deal with it, guys. It's there. Get your chill on. I know you guys, the vanillas and the strawberries in there are not, I don't think they're tokers. Or they're not enjoying their lavender like the rest of us might be doing during the break. You know what I'm saying? Getting their delis lined up, whatever. I know you guys don't like to alter your mind at all, but that chill beat puts people like me in a chill vibe mood, man. And I like the chill vibe mood. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. Hey, the phones are open if you guys want to call in. I believe they're working still. Yeah, they're still working. They're working right now. I never did hear back from the company that I just gave a bunch of money to make sure they work the right way. A little disappointed about that, to be quite honest with you. That kind of pissed me off when they said, "Oh, we'll have it up and running by tomorrow." No email, nothing. So I was a little pissed off about that. But hey, they're working, just not the way they're supposed to. So, alrighty, guys. I believe we do have Jason down there, and he is ready to take on Mikey's McDonald's challenge. Now, for those of you who don't know what Mikey's McDonald's challenge is, this started a long time ago with Mikey one night. Mikey's not here with us tonight. He's my Mikey from Rochester. Some call him Musty Mikey. Some call him Mikey Mayfield. I just call him Mikey from Rochester, my dude. He, one night, back before he went on his 1,000-calorie diet, right before his rock bottom of the most he's ever weighed in his life, I believe he said, rock bottom of food, he ended up ordering one night 3 Big Macs, 2 10-pieces, so 20 nuggets, 3 sauces, a large fry, a large drink, and he took that down. So I said, that's a lot of fucking food, dude. And I want to see if I'm able to eat all that food and how quickly I'm able to do it. So I decided to have a little bit of fun and put together Mikey's McDonald's challenge, which is where I tried to eat all of that food at the same time, or in the quickest amount of time. And I was able to do it in 18 minutes and 17 seconds. Now, nobody has since been able to beat my time. Everybody, in fact, who's since tried it has tapped out. They've not even come close to my time, let alone finished all the food. Mikey tried it. I think he tapped out around 20-something, 21, or 19-something. I can't remember. Didn't finish the food. A lot of food left over. PDJ, P Drinker J, who I haven't seen for a minute. He tried it. Wasn't able to finish. Started throwing up towards the, I don't even think he got even close to finishing. And then my daughter's boyfriend, Austin, he tried it recently. Same thing. Didn't even get all the Big Macs down. Didn't even get all the nuggets down, and this guy was throwing up. So I think we're looking at a chance where I could reign supreme for a while. I do have the timer all ready to go. down here. That way, when we have Jason come in, and let me just bring him in right now. Jason, welcome to another Dumb Show. What's going on, my dude? How are you? Oh no, it stopped working again. I don't know what's going on with this dude's mic. He'll work for a second, then sometimes, you know what it is? It's when you use this software, the only little glitch is with it is that when you're using it through your browser, it really is very picky about what microphone your computer is using. So if you have to actually go up and give it permission to use the microphone. There he goes. I can hear it. And there it is. Jason, welcome to another Dumb Show. What's up, bro? How are you?
What's going on, man? Got to keep resetting them permissions for some reason.
That's all right. I think we'll leave it up and running as long as we can, and then if it cuts out, we'll just reset it again or whatever. So, I got an email from you mentioning a while back that you believed that you were able to do this in the time that would be able to beat me. In fact, I think you said, I want to take down the king. I want to take the king's crown on his own show. Yes, that's right. Yes. So thank you. I do have a nice crown. You can't have the hair. You got a good head of hair. So we'll give the virtual crown over to you. If you are able to take it, I'll hand it over. But so Jason, do you have all the food ready to go?
Yeah.
He's got it all. So I don't know if you're able to show it off, if you can show everybody, because you know what sticklers these guys are. They're going to want to see all the burgers. They're going to want to see all the fries. You know how these guys are. They're all very much sticklers. So they're going to want to see it. Yep.
That. Big Mac.
All right.
Another Big Mac.
All right, I saw it. Hold it up. So, yeah, there you go. Let everybody see it. Yep, I know. You don't want this league to start calling you a cheater. They'll call you out. There's a 20. Ooh, an old school classic 20-piece nugget box. They don't have. Where do you live? Are you what city? Binghamton. All right, so Binghamton still sells the 20-piece in the 20-piece box. Here, you get a 20-piece. They give you two 10-pieces. So
shorted me one sauce, apparently.
That's all right. The sauces aren't totally.
Get one from my fridge.
Nah, they're not that imperative for the challenge. I'm not going to make people lick.
Think so.
Yeah, I'm not making people lick them out. I don't know if I even finished all mine. I've just eaten some of them dry at one point. So, all right, there's the max. There's everything. So let me make sure I can get you full screen too. Hold on one sec. Let me put this guy on hold. Oh, wait, wrong one. No. Where is full screen for you? Oh, you know what? I just have to cut to you. That's how I was doing that. That's right. So there's Jason on the full screen. I don't know why I keep saying Austin. Why does it say that? Why did that say that? Why is it showing his? Let me change it. Hold on one sec. We'll put the right one up there. I feel bad. Hold on. For some reason, I have the wrong one up there. Reload. So we'll cut back to me. Then it should work. When I cut back to Jason, why is it fucked up? Fucking who's shit? You're not dumb, Jason. I apologize. No, I'm sorry. I'm screwing this all up. So, all right. So forget that. Who cares about all those bars? Who cares about all that shit? The thing that is the most important is that I get this timer up for you. So I am going to cut to Jason real quick. That way he's got a full screen. I have no idea why that is doing that. That is so odd. Hold on, let me reload that. Classic shirt, shut the fuck up and blank yourself. All right, I like that. I have no idea why it's cutting off your name like that. That is really, I know why. I know now. Hold on one sec. I know what I did wrong. There we go. That'll fix it. Reload. All right, so Jason, let's cut back to the two of us for a second. And then I'm going to pull up the timer here. Guys, bear with me. There's the timer, the infamous timer. I'm going to now cut to full screen with Jason. Okay, let's cut to Jason. And Jason, where'd the timer go? What the fuck? Why is this fucking with me right now? I'm pulling the timer down for some reason. All right. Jason, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
He's ready to go. All right, here we go. I'm going to count you down. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, wait, hold on. The timer's not working. Go ahead. Actually, it is. Go ahead. You're good. I'm already fucking with the dude. I don't know why this keeps dropping off like that. Go back up there, you dumb timer. There we go. All right. Now we got Jason. He's already off to the races. How is it? Is it a little cold already?
It's cold. Our McDonald's sucks here anyway.
That's all right. There's nothing wrong with the good cold McDonald's, in my opinion. I ate a cold ass. I ate a ice cold Big Mac last night, and it was friggin' delicious.
This is good.
That's right. So, all right, perfect. So, hold on. As you chew, I'm gonna grab this phone call real quick. Hi, you're on Another Dumb Show. Who's this?
Hi, you're Another Dumb Show.
Okay, that sounds good. That's me. Hello.
Okay, that sounds.
I can't understand any of that. That's that dipshit trying to record himself calling into the show. What a fucking tool. God, that guy is the sorriest sack of shit I've ever seen. All right, so we are at 1 minute already. Jason, how are you doing on that first Big Mac?
Almost half gone.
Almost halfway gone. All right, so he's clipping along. Let me get the chat pulled back up here. I dropped the chat by accident. I apologize. Good. Vanilla said he wants to do. Vanilla said also okay. Vanilla wants to put a break up. The break on the line as far as a bet. Vanilla Charlie says I'll do the Mikey's McDonald's challenge, but only with the stipulation that when I win, you get rid of the break music. Okay. Now, if you win it, I don't know if I like that because Dan worked so hard on that, Dan the sound man, and I worked so hard looping that thing to fit the break for an exact 8 minutes with that sweet bzzz to let you know we're coming back. You could fucking walk away and you know that we're coming back from break. You don't even need to hear it. You don't even need to see the timer. I know exactly where we are on the break. If I start to hear that bzzz, I know that means I got to get back from the other room and come back and get on camera because we're about to come back from break. So. Let's see. Sexy Mexi Melt says, my fingers hurt from liking all the old shows during the last break. Thank you, Sexy Mexi Melt. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Jeremy Novak is complaining that we've not seen a drink. Do you have a large drink? There it is. Okay, he's got a large drink, and he's already got a lot of it down, I see. Interesting. Now, did the drinking start prior to the camera, prior to the timer?
No,
No sip.
They just cheaped me out. No.
Okay, that does happen at McDonald's from time to time. So I'll give you that. As much as I love McDonald's, I don't want to talk shit about them. Especially since we're hooking them up now at this point. We're literally giving free advertisements to the biggest advertising company in the world. But who gives a shit? It's fun for me. I enjoy it. I have Jason's audio boosted, I believe, as loud as I can get it at this point. Maybe a little bit louder right there. But that's probably there we go. Yeah, it's definitely louder. I got it louder. There we go. Okay, we are at 3 minutes, 9 seconds. What, do you have the first Big Mac down yet? He's got one Big Mac down. Okay, sounds good. People are saying you haven't eaten in 4 days, it looks like. So it's probably going to be, you're very, very hungry. Yeah, you're not a big fat guy by any means.
I used to be.
Oh, congratulations! Good for you. You've lost weight. That's a good thing. You're a fellow former fat F.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Welcome back, dude. How big were you? What was the biggest you were?
Almost 300 pounds.
Congratulations. Nice. Talk to me when you're almost 400, boy. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Allie is saying it's a decent jam, to be honest. She's defending her man's music. She said haters are just going to hate because it does loop for almost 10 minutes. It's actually 8 minutes that it loops for. And I was thinking maybe I'd give that loop to Dan and see if he wanted to add a little extra, a little extra zhuzh to it. You know what I'm saying? Give it a little something. Because I did loop something that was not designed to be 8 minutes. I did start looping something. So he may have, because Dan, the sound man, is an actual musician. He's in a band and all that stuff. So he might actually be able to add a little extra pizzazz, a little zhuzh to the break music. Maybe he just adds a little something to it, some sounds, not something like that. I don't know. So I'm checking in here. That's right. Pat Wooey says, you guys are underestimating Dumb's former 400-pound days. No one has completed this challenge, LOL. Jason, I already see your chewing has slowed down a little bit already, I've noticed, at 5 minutes. Oh,
yeah.
He's already slowed a little bit. Now, guys, I would love to see, I don't think, I did fail and forgot to ask you guys to put in some time guesses. If you guys want to throw in some time guesses, now that we're at 5 minutes, you know where he's at. that might give you a little bit of an idea. And we'll see who's closest, just for bragging rights on Mikey's McDonald's challenge. So, Scott78 said, haters are going to hate, but myself, I enjoy the show every night, and I enjoy the chat. It's my relaxed time. Keep up the good work, Dumb and Mikey. Well, hey, thanks. We'll keep up the good work, Dumb and Jason, tonight. So I really appreciate it, man. Keep going. He's digging in. How is, have you tapped into anything else? Or it seems as though you're using my approach, going all Big Macs first, and then try to force down the fries and the nuggets.
Try to force that down, yeah.
Yep, so he's definitely going mine. And where are you, about a Big Mac and a half at 6 minutes?
Yep, about a Big Mac and a half.
About a Big Mac, I'm going to call that a Big Mac and a third at 6 minutes. So with you're 1/3 of the time remaining, and I would argue you are not 1/3 of the challenge through.
No.
So if you're going to beat it, you're going to have to take it up the speed a notch. And I wouldn't want anybody to choke. So don't eat so fast that you make yourself choke. I certainly wouldn't want that. But I'm just giving you a heads up. Time, it's a ticking. It is a ticking.
Goes quick.
Speaking of time a ticking and things a ticking away, I don't know what's going on with my mom, if she was in a mood today, but somehow Joe Biden came up and she started saying shit that I never thought I'd ever hear my mom say about a Democrat, because my mom's, I would say she's pretty much a bleeding heart liberal for the most part. I would say she's a former hippie. She grew up, late 60s, all that stuff. So flower child, all that good stuff. So she's super liberal, which is, I don't give a shit either way what she is. But the reason I say that, she would never really say anything too bad. Like, she'll criticize like Joe Biden and other Democrats. Bean Arena, can you lay down with the jingle jangle in there, babe? What are you doing? She'll criticize them, but I've never heard her say anything like she said today. And she said, you better not say this on the show. And I said, I guarantee you I'm going to say it on the show. She said something about Joe Biden and how he's falling asleep all the time. And they just need to get him out of there. And I was like, well, I don't know what they can do to get Joe Biden out at this point, Mom. I think he's kind of in, and then he's going to run again. And I think that, there's a chance already they are looking at potentially he might be back around again. I think he's beating Trump in the numbers at this point. So he may be back again. So I said to my mom, what do you think they're going to do, or what could happen? She goes, well, we just need him to have a heart attack or something. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Mom. And she goes, yeah, I mean, not like so he's dead or whatever, just so he's like incapacitated and he really can't be in charge and they got to put somebody else in charge of the country. I was like, holy crap, Mom. You've officially lost it at this point, my dude. And I do call my mom my dude every once in a while, trust me. So yeah, I found that very funny that my mom as officially, she's off the Joe Biden train. I'm off the Joe Biden train. I think every Democrat is off the Joe Biden train, yet for some reason he's still going to be the nominee moving forward. It's insane. It looks like we have some time guesses, Jason, and we are at officially, well, not quite, just about. We're just about halfway to my time in the Mikey's McDonald's Challenge in, let's see, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are now officially at the halfway point. Jason has less than 9 minutes and 18 seconds 9 minutes, 17 seconds to beat my time. There are some guesses that have come in. The Secret ADAS mod is doing a fantastic job keeping track of things. Guesses are closed. We have Shark at 15 minutes, CYX at 17. Jeremy's coming at 17:38. Trevor, 21:35. Carrie, 1934. Curious George, 2023. Pat, 26:12 or DNF. Nugget calls for the DNF. Trevor calls for 21:35. Ari says 19. Scott says 18. No Fear, 27:30. And Vanilla says 6. I think he might have come in late to the game there. So, yeah. We'll see what happens with the time here. There was another kind of interesting thing that happened in politics today. I don't know if you guys were watching the news earlier, but there was a crazy moment that happened with Mitch McConnell that was totally nuts. And I'll play that video here in a little bit once we figure out where Jason is, because he's now at 10 minutes and 18 seconds, which leaves him less than now 8 minutes to defeat Dumb. And Jason, where are we in the countdown?
Nope. Starting the third one.
He's starting the third Big Mac now. Guys, I have a feeling this is not boding well for the crown going. Jason's not feeling good. He's already starting. It
Not looking good.
It looks like he hit the 12-minute wall early, guys. I think he hit the 12-minute wall at about 3.5 minutes, actually. Allie said slow start here, and I agree. Allie believes we're going to have a DNF at this point. Now, Jason, do you think you're going to slow down to the point where you're going to have a DNF, or are you just worried you're not going to make the time at this point?
I'm already slowing down. This
So
is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I'll give you that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. People, you look at it and you think to yourself, that's not that much food. I could do that. But you start getting those Big Macs down, and then you realize how much bread you're eating. You're eating like almost a half a loaf of bread just with the Big Macs alone. And they're covered in, and depending on how much Mac sauce you got, they're either real dry or soaking ass wet. So and mine, I had a little bit of both. One was really dry, one was soaking wet. So that might have worked in my favor. He's trying. I love it. He said, screw the talking. I'm going to keep eating. I love the competitive fire in him, guys. All right, I'm going to cheer him on.
Man.
No, I appreciate it. I don't expect you to talk. I expect you guys to keep eating and try to beat my time. That worked for me. Hell yeah. Herman says, oh my God, there is no way I could even eat 2 of those, talking about Big Macs. Let's see. Uh-oh, the mic just got, oh, no, we're good to go. There it is. It's fine. It got wonky for half a second. We're good to go. All right, Jason is plugging away, guys. He is trying his best to take down Dumb. Drew Schaefer says it's actually not the amount of food, it's the sodium, and everything is so dry. Now, it is. The sodium is outrageous. You're going to have the best sleep of your life tonight, for sure. It definitely is going to give you a good sleep, because that's one of the things that I notice, that when I do any of these eating challenges, I get very, very tired afterwards. Oh shit, I just whacked the, by the way, if anybody wants to call in and either cheer Jason on or jeer him, 844-HEADS-UM, 844-448-3862, you're welcome to do that. Let's see here. I did have another email I wanted to read while Jason is doing that. It's an email from Vanilla Charlie. He says, yo, Dom, I'm listening to the Aftermath, and Mikey just called in to the Aftermath. And it got me wondering, if you called into the Aftermath, do you think my old pal Chocolate Charlie would pick up the call? Ever think about calling in your pal Vanilla Charlie? Sent from my iPhone. So do I ever think about calling in? No. Number one, because I don't listen. So I couldn't call in about something I don't listen to. Definitely too hard. I might be able to get away with listening or watching RMG every once in a while, which I haven't done in a minute. But the Aftermath, definitely not, because that was just me and my homeboy having fun. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way I could watch the Aftermath, and not just my homeboy, me and Snitz. I would feel bad good night, because I feel like I leave Snitz out, because Snitz was such an integral part of the Aftermath too. So I always feel bad if I leave him out. But yeah, I had so much fun with those dudes doing the Aftermath. It would be hard for me to watch it, and all I would want to do is call and talk. In fact, that's probably half the reason why I don't watch RMG, is because all I would want to do is I would want to interject my opinion on everything. So that's why I liked working there. So, all right, we're at 14:30. We are still trying to get the first 3 Big Macs down. So we have less than 4 minutes. He doesn't believe he's going to even. No. Is this a tap out? Is this a tap out? So. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is an early tap. I think this might be even earlier than Austin's tap out. I wish I could keep, one of these days I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch all these episodes and I'm going to write down the times. All right, so he's still eating. I will give you until you say this is an official bitch made shit tap out per Mikey's rules.
Bitch made shit. Tap out per Mikey's rules.
Wow. At 15:11. Wow. All right.
That's
Well,
a
hey,
whole
dude.
ton of food, man.
Hey, Jason. Hey, valiant effort, my dude. I appreciate you giving it a try. I would love to have somebody else here to give you a round of applause. But yes, dude, it is. Isn't it amazing? You like when I started doing it, I realized I had bit off more than I can chew. Too. Like I thought I was going to rip through that in 10 minutes. It's going to be 10 minutes. Bang, bang, bang. 4 bites per Big Mac. It'll cakewalk. As soon as I started doing it, I went, oh boy, this is going to take me a little longer than I thought. So I've been nervous. I've been a little nervous about this time holding up. In fact, I contemplated last night, before you came on, I contemplated trying to redo my time to see if I'd be able to potentially beat it. And I decided not to anyway, just to give you a fair shot. So it looks like I didn't have to because Jason officially tapped out at 15:11. How are you feeling? Were you on the verge of starting to throw up, just getting taste sick?
No. It's just I know it's not gonna. If I keep going, I will, and I don't want to throw up.
All right, perfect. I don't want you to throw up either. So, all right, good. Well, hey, Jason, a valiant effort. Everybody knows. Did your jaw start locking up at all? Anything like that?
Yes.
Or is it?
Yes, it won't even let me take bites anymore. Almost. I thought sure as shit I could do it. I really did.
And you didn't.
But I'm not 300 pounds anymore.
Yep, and you didn't even. Now, what was your go-to fat guy meal? Were you like mine was like a couple Chipotle burritos, a couple things of chips and dip, like the whole nine. Like tonight, I got a fat guy meal. I got 2 taco salads calling my name from a local Mexican restaurant. I'm going to be going ham on those in a little bit.
The simplest thing in the world: peanut butter and jelly toast.
Really?
1 loaf at a time.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my parents would buy loaves of Italian bread, and I would just sit down and eat. I wouldn't even put anything on it. I would just eat the raw Italian bread right out of the fucking bag and kill a whole loaf, and then just get ripped apart by my stepmom. She'd buy bags of shredded cheese. I'd dump the whole bag into a bowl, melt the cheese, just eat cheese right out of a bowl, melt the cheese. I was a disgusting fat 400-pound piece of garbage, in fact, as so very aptly described. So, well, Jason, I'm glad to see that you've lost weight. I'm glad that you see that you know when to call it quits. And do you have anything to say to the king and his crown?
I'm sorry. I thought I had it. You're the man. I got to give it to you.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear was you're the man. All right. No, Jason, thank you so much for giving it a shot, man. And thanks for coming on another dumb show with me tonight. I really appreciate it, dude.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't even know. I'm a huge fan.
Well, bro, that makes my night. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if you, down the road, if you start becoming a big fat ass again and you decide that you think you can take on the challenge again, you're more than welcome to do so, all right?
I might take you up on that.
All right, sounds good. All right, thanks a lot, Jason. Have a good one, bro.
Buddy.
Later,
thanks,
dude.
guys. Have a good night.
All right, so Jason, a member of the League of Dummies there too, is now, I tell you what, give him a round of applause. I really appreciate everybody being interactive. You guys know that I love when you guys are very interactive here on Another Dumb Show. That made my day. That was really a lot of fun. So, Jason, nice try. I'm still waiting for someone to take me down in Mikey's McDonald's challenge, everybody. 18 minutes, 17 seconds to get down 3 Big Macs, 1 large fry, a 20-piece McNugget, and 3, count them, 3 sauces. And, of course, the large drink just to wash it all down. So I'm still waiting for somebody who's going to be able to beat my time. Jason talked tons of shit and said he was going to take the king's crown on his own show. And then the guy taps out 3 minutes short. And I'm not trying to bust his balls too much. I'm just happy that he did it, truly. But, hey, still waiting for somebody to take me down. If you think you can take down the king, all you got to do is shoot me an email, anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Anotherdumbshow@gmail.com is how you contact me to let me know that you think you can beat me in Mikey's McDonald's challenge. If you have something you want me to talk about, you see something in the news, you got a video you see, something you see on TikTok or Instagram, some sort of story that you'd like to see me, a video you'd like to see me play or talk about, you can always email me at anotherdumbshow@gmail.com there too. That really helps me get that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? All right. I did mention I have a video of a guy. I talked about my mom going off on Joe Biden earlier. Well, I told her about this video and what happened earlier today with one of our politicians, Mitch McConnell. And she said, see, I told you, we got to get these old guys out of there. Meanwhile, my mom's like 70-something, but, well, she's not running the country. So that would probably explain why she's all for getting these guys out of there. So, all right. So here is Mitch McConnell in a, actually, you know, I probably don't agree with anything Mitch McConnell has ever done politically. Probably. I don't know everything he does, but I'm pretty sure I don't agree with anything he does or says. But honestly, watching this moment was very scary. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. This really sucked. This was terrible. You wouldn't want this. I wouldn't want this to happen to anybody at all. This was just sad. This poor guy, he goes out there to give some sort of press conference. And when he's giving this press conference, I don't even know where he was at. If he was on Capitol Hill, I honestly don't even know what he was talking about. Because what happened during the video was so disturbing. I think we might witness this guy have a major medical event right in front of our eyes here today. So here is Mitch McConnell earlier today. Play. So he comes up to the podium.
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Starts speaking.
We're on a path to finishing the NDA this week. It's been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
man. And then you see he just goes silent. I mean, just standing there and just to really, you know, what's going on. Everybody's just kind of waiting for him maybe to gather his thoughts, maybe pause to gather his thoughts. But now it's starting to get uncomfortable. What's happening? He's not moving. He's frozen almost in time.
Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press?
And so here you reminded, you can actually hear when they walk up to him, they say,
okay, Mitch? Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Go back.
Go ahead, John.
wow, so gosh, that's so scary. I mean, the first thing you think when you see that is that he, at least in my opinion, from what I saw.
So this is the, we're coming up on the.
It looks like potentially, and I'm obviously not a doctor, but it looked pretty scary to me, like this guy may have had a stroke right there in front of our eyes. Here's another angle of it, and I think I have video of when he comes back too. But yeah, here's another angle of basically just imagine just standing there. You're there recording this and doing it for some sort of news station or something, and you see just this happen. I mean, look how just completely frozen, dead eyes, wobbling just a little bit. Just clearly very confused. Thankfully still able to walk, little unsteady. And then this guy ends up coming in and taking over.
So this is the, we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary.
So then blah. Do I not have the video where they, so then here's the video actually where they come back. Mitch McConnell then comes back a minute later. And when he comes back, they grab, I don't know if you remember, a while back, Mitch McConnell fell and he hit his head and he had a concussion, bad concussion. And this person goes on to ask him a question relating to that concussion and what just happened to him, what we just witnessed there in that video.
That's what happened here at the start of the press conference, and it was related to your injury from earlier this year where you suffered a concussion. Is that?
No, I'm fine.
You're fine, you're fully able to do your job?
Mr. Lear, can I just get...
So that's it. That's the end. So that was how much they talked about it. They just said, are you able to fully do your job? Because I'm fine. So I'm making fun of the guy, but that is sad. It does, CYX says it looks like a stroke to me. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the same kind of, the first thing I thought when I saw that. Secret ADS mod says these senators don't know the word retire. Yeah, I think at this point, well, it does have something to do with that concussion that he had. I don't think that's fault. I don't know if he had an old man fall and that's how he hit his head. I actually don't remember what happened and how he hit his head. but it does seem it does. Crooked Orchids, I hope you guys, as far as you're making fun of, I don't know who's getting made fun over there. Oh, I see what's happening. I know. Yeah, Crooked Orchids, I would agree. That wasn't cool. There was some people not being cool in the chat earlier. I know what you're referring to, but yeah, be nice to Jason. Jason was cool enough to come on the show. The least that you guys can do is give him that for sure. But going back to Mitch McConnell, yeah, I think it's time to get that guy definitely some sort of medical checkup. I don't know if since we've been live or since I was at Shay's baseball tryouts, if there's been sort of any updates, if they've let out what's happened to him or blah, 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 blah. So I don't know where he's at this point. Vanilla Charlie said, why didn't he turn to one of those other guys and say he lost his train of thought or, hey, help me out? I think because he had a major medical thing happen. I think either something happened, like they said, with his, with the concussion he had and his head just kind of froze up or something. And because he didn't have his eyes roll back in his head like he was going to pass out or anything, but he definitely looked a little, he looked a little wobbly and he had just those dead eyes. I mean, you look from this, look at right here where he's like, he's just kind of frozen right there. And you can kind of see, and I'm just kind of like playing it. Like you can kind of watch his eyes as I play it in slow motion. It's just kind of, look at him just kind of wobbling. You know what I'm saying? And that's all the time where he's not talking. And then he doesn't move. Oh, those eyes really don't move much at all until this woman touches him. Watch that. And then boom, he looks down. And then I think whatever was going on with him, he kind of snaps out of. Gosh, I sure hope he didn't have a stroke. He wouldn't want that on. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. That's horrible. Especially it looks like potentially the type of stroke he might have had where he still has motor function, but maybe something popped inside his brain, and now he's lost his verbal function. And I'm sure probably Democrats are happy to hear that he may have lost his verbal function, but. Still, that's just sad. You don't want to see that, especially for, and again, I don't agree with this guy politically, but after all of years, he has dedicated his life to public service. After all those years of doing that, that's kind of shitty to go out that way with with that sort of press conference. That's a pretty horrible way to go out. So yeah, Pat Wooey said, yeah, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Yeah, that's totally. That's exactly what was kind of happening in that situation. I hate to laugh. I'm giggling. I shouldn't giggle at all. That's not funny. But yeah, there you go. So, guys, there was also big news, and we won't go too much longer here, guys. It's starting to get a little bit late. But there was some big news as far as there was some celebrity news. Sinead O'Connor died today, which sometimes I think my medication doesn't work because it's supposed to keep me stable and normal, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, but when Sinead O'Connor, I think I know why actually, but when I heard Sinead O'Connor died, I actually started crying. Not like sobbing, but it took me a minute. I was reading about it and that it had to do with her son. Her son committed suicide when he was 17 a few years back. I think something in the parent in me and the mental health person in me really kind of empathized for her in that situation. Because I mean, if I don't know how I would gone outside of my other children needing to go on for them. I don't know what I would do if any of my kids ever did anything like that. I would be completely devastated. So I'm wondering, because she was only 56. And I don't know, again, if there's been any updates, if the cause of death has come out with her, but that was where my first thought went, was that maybe she did herself in, sadly. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But she's had some pretty bizarre posts, not bizarre, some kind of heartfelt, sad posts about her situation with her son and how she's feeling with everything. So, yeah. Pretty sad day for that. And again, what a big wuss I am for starting to cry. Yeah. And Allie, I love Allie. Allie says, meds keep you balanced, but they shouldn't make you devoid of emotions. So totally normal to shed a tear and be hyper aware of your existence when a celebrity dies. Yeah. So, I I don't know if Carrie, the dude, is in there saying that she killed herself. Again, I don't know if she officially did, but that was officially the thing that made me think, yes, I'm even getting emotional just thinking about it right now. So, yeah, it was just sad. And I have the clip of her, like the famous clip of her, but I don't think I can play it, to be honest with you guys. I don't know. The famous clip from her on SNL where she tears up the Pope's, there it is. So I got a still of it at least, but yeah, I can't play the whole clip, but there it is. That's when she was on SNL. That's the famous clip where she was singing song, and then she goes on to actually tear up the picture of the Pope, and that made a big stink in the whole Catholic community went crazy. And that was back when things were still going on between Ireland and I don't know enough about the battle in Ireland. My mom knows more about it. I know there was just all kinds of stuff. It had to do with religion and Protestants versus Catholics and Ireland versus Northern Ireland or whatever. I don't know. She's going to be mad. I don't know about it enough about it to talk about it. But yeah, so that's it. Sad news. It was sad to see her go because, especially if it was for the reasons that I believe they may have been. There was a video I saw. Guys, the UFO stuff. There was major, crazy, one of the most monumental days in the history of UFOs and UAPs in United States history happened today, where we had 3 Defense Department whistleblowers, 2 former Top Gun pilots, 2 former Mavericks and Gooses out there, and a defense intelligence guy, all at Capitol Hill testifying in front of Congress that the United States government and the Defense Department has a secret UFO program. And, well, here, let me just play some of the clips of them. Where did that other clip go? Oh, you know what? I got them all clipped together. That's right. So this first one's a little bit long, so I may end up skipping through it a little bit. Let me do this. Let me start with this shorter. This is the opening statement from this guy. So if it gets a little bit boring, I'll skip ahead to the other part. But this is one of the Top Gun pilots. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I only remember one of their names, this Grush guy. But this guy is the Falcor or something. I can't remember his name. He's a former pilot. He's retired. And he goes on to talk about, this is his opening statement in front of Congress today.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Congressmen, Congresswomen. I want to first thank you for the invitation to speak to the committee on the UAP topic that has been in the news for the past 6 years and seems to be continuing to gain momentum. As you know, my name is David Fravor. I'm a retired commander in the United States Navy. In 2004, I was a commanding officer of Strike Fighter Squadron 41, the world-famous Black Aces. We were attached to Carrier Wing 11, stationed on board the USS Nimitz, and had begun a 2-month workup cycle off the coast of California. On this day, we were scheduled for a 2v2 air-to-air training with the USS Princeton as our control. When we launched off Nimitz...
So guys, you got to listen. I know he's, and I heard them saying this on the news, and they really nailed this, is that it's very dry. It's a military guy, so he's very quick, monotone, kind of to the point. So you really got to pay attention as he describes what he saw. But just, I know, and again, the way he does it isn't exactly exciting. But if you actually really listen, and I heard them saying this on the news today, and they really nailed it. If you actually listen to the words coming out of this guy's mouth, it's going to blow your mind, because it's stuff we may have heard before. Right? I mean, we've heard other people say that, other pilots and things like that say that they have seen unidentified aerial phenomenon and UFOs, but not as a full-blown, I am putting my security clearance and my reputation on the line in front of Congress to tell this story. So it's really a big deal, and what he's saying is pretty incredible as far as what he saw. So listen closely.
California. On this day, we were scheduled for a 2v2 air-to-air training with the USS Princeton as our control. When we launched off Nimitz, my wingman was joining up. We were told that the training was going to be suspended and we were going to proceed with real-world tasking. As we proceeded to the west, the air controller was counting down the range to an object that we were going to, and we were unaware of what we were going to see when we arrived.
Did you hear that?
The controller.
Did you hear how nervous he was to say that? I understand he's talking in front of Congress, but that looked like a fear nerve to me, because supposedly these guys have been getting these three whistleblowers have allegedly been getting threats and people telling them, don't talk about this, do not go on Capitol Hill, do not do this testimony. And so when I saw that little part right there, that little pause, it looked to me like somebody who was almost afraid to go into that next sentence, whether it be he's afraid of losing his security clearance and his reputation and all that. He still looked genuinely and sounded, that was like you're trying to, not be scared. And I feel like he's freaking out right here.
The controller told us that these objects had been observed for over 2 weeks, coming down from over 80,000 feet, rapidly descending to 20,000 feet, hanging out for hours, and then going straight back up. For those who don't realize, above 80,000 feet is space.
Jeez.
We arrived at the location at approximately...
Pilot X, call in if you can. I see you're in the chat. I'd love to hear your story. If you're able to call, dude, I'd love to hear. And you could maybe kind of help through some of this military and pilot gobbledygook that some of these guys are saying. Like right there, like how he had explained, I don't know where 80,000 feet is. I don't know that that's space. I have no idea how far space up is, or space is up from the Earth. So, yeah, call in, 844-HIT-TOM, 844-448-3862. If you've seen an alien, call me and tell me about it. I'd love to hear your story. I had a substitute teacher tell me the story of an alien that she saw. She just showed up at my school one time. Random ass Mrs. Ballback was out for that day, and so we had to have a substitute teacher come in. And I shit you not, she described the Tic Tac. She described this thing that would go in and out like this, and she didn't call it a Tic Tac, but the shape she described was a Tic Tac, the little thing like this. But she said it went like this. It surged in and out when it moved. And I'll be honest with you, this was the very first thing she told us when she introduced ourselves. So as a student, very confused, really didn't give a shit about the rest of the class, the rest of the day. All I cared about was this crazy lady who was teaching us, telling us about UFOs. So, all right, back to what this guy saw. Much more interesting than what my substitute teacher saw.
1,000 feet is space. We arrived at the location at approximately 20,000 feet in a controller called merge plot, which means that our radar blip was now in the same resolution cell as the contact. As we looked around, we noticed that we saw some whitewater off our right side. It's important to note that the weather on this day was as close to perfect as you could ask for off the coast of San Diego. Clear skies, light winds, calm seas, no whitecaps from waves. So the whitewater stood out in a large blue ocean. All four of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back seat, looked down a saw a white tic-tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water like a ping pong ball. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings. As we started clockwise towards the object, my Wizzo and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the tic-tac. We proceeded around the circle about 90 degrees from the start of our descent.
So you got to visualize this. So now they're flying out over the ocean, right? And I'll just shorten this up from the gobbledygook. They fly out over the ocean. There's something that they've been told is out over the ocean. They fly out over the ocean. They run into this thing. It's shaped like a goddamn tic-tac. It's going, it's up and down, like north and south, pointing towards the sky, and then pointing to, well, I don't know actually if that's north and south. So actually, I don't know what direction that was. So longitudinally, I guess that was latitude, longitude. So I guess, yeah, that was going this way. So it was standing straight up and down and moving side to side with no wings and no propulsion, visible propulsion, which is physically impossible based on the laws of physics as we know them right now.
And the object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft, and began to climb. We continued down another 270 degrees, nose low, where the tic-tac, or we considered 270 degrees to where, and we went nose low to where the tic-tac would have been. Our altitude at this point was about 15,000 feet, and the tic-tac was about 12,000. As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us and disappeared. Our wingmen, roughly 8,000 feet above us, lost contact also. We immediately turned back to see where the whitewater was at, and it was gone also. So as we started to turn back towards the east, the controller came up and said, "Sir, you're not going to believe this, but that thing is at your cat point, roughly 60 miles away in less than a minute." You can calculate the speed. We returned to Nimitz. We were taking off our gear. We were talking to one of my crews that was getting ready to launch. We mentioned it to them, and they went out and luckily got the video that you see, that 90-second video. What you don't see is the radar tape that was never released, and we don't know where it's at, of the active jamming that the object put on an APG-73 radar, and I can get into modes later if you're interested. What is shocking to us is that the incident was never investigated. None of my crew were ever questioned. Tapes were never taken, and after a couple days, it turned into a great story with friends. It wasn't until 2009 till Jay Stratton had contacted me to investigate. Unbeknownst to all, he was part of the ATIP program in the Pentagon led by Lou Elizondo. And there was an unofficial official report that came out that's now on the internet. Years later, I was contacted by the other pilot, Alex Dietrich, and asked if I'd been contacted, and I said no, but I'm willing to talk. I was contacted by Mr. Elizondo, and we talked for a short period of time, and he said we'd be in contact. A few weeks after that, I was made aware that Lou had left the Pentagon in protest.
All right, that's it. It's getting boring. I don't understand. I think he's trying to go then, he's going to go on to explain how he got now, why he ended up becoming a whistleblower, which is going to be a long story about how I tried to tell people this and that, nobody would listen, blah, 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 blah. So now we'll move on to this Grush guy and some of the questions that he's been asked. He's another one of the guys who was part of the Defense Department. And now let's go to him. So let me get that pulled up here, guys. I'm sorry. So here is the next question right here.
Thank you all very much. Have you faced any retaliation or reprisals for any of your testimony or anything on these lines?
Yeah, I have to be careful what I say in detail because there is an open whistleblower reprisal investigation on my behalf, and I don't want to compromise that investigation by providing anything that may help provide somebody information. But it was very brutal and very unfortunate, some of the tactics they used to hurt me both professionally and personally, to be quite frank. Yeah.
So there you go. That's that guy saying that, all right, so as soon as I started becoming a whistleblower about all the things that I've seen, and he'll get a little bit more into what he's seen coming up towards the end, which is pretty fucking crazy. He's saying that they tried to ruin his career. They tried to wipe him out completely because he's a Defense Department whistleblower, talking about that there is a cover-up regarding UFOs and UAPs, and you'll go on to hear some even more pretty incredible stuff if this guy's telling the truth.
It's very unfortunate, as they say, when you're over the target, that's when they do the most firing at you. Do you have any personal knowledge of people who have been
I don't know why that's skipping like that. Sorry, guys, hold on.
harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes. Personally.
So I don't know if you caught that. I talked over it for a second, but it's pretty incredible.
The most firing at you. Do you have any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes.
So did you hear that? He was asked if he knows if anybody's been injured in an effort to cover up alien or extraterrestrial technology. So that's him confirming, without saying who or what or whatever, that people have been waxed. They've been hit. The hit's been put out. They got whacked because they know about the cover-up, and they're maybe worried they were going to be a whistleblower. So here, let me continue on with this Mr. Grush.
Personally.
Have anyone been murdered that you would think that you...
Hold on, let me catch it back up. Hold on.
Personally.
Have anyone been murdered that you would think that you know of or have heard of, I guess?
I have to be careful asking that question. I directed people with that knowledge to the appropriate authorities.
Maybe in if we could get in a confidential area, skiff, we could talk about that. But unfortunately, we were denied access to the skiff, and that's very unfortunate in this scenario.
You've stated that the government is...
All right, hold on. So I don't remember the exact acronym that SCIF stands for, but it's Secure, Confidential, I don't even remember, but it's a room where they have no phones. There's no way to control, no way for the information that's coming out in that room to leave the room other than the people that were in it. So they're able to narrow down if whatever happens in the skiff, whatever information is told there, they'll be able to narrow down who leaked the information should a leak ever come out. And hopefully that would never happen at that point. So, that's the whole point of the skiff, is it would, people would not actually talk. All right, so there's a little bit more here to play. Let me grab this phone call real quick. Hi, you're another Dumb Show.
Hey, Dumb, Pilot X.
Pilot X, what's up, dude? How are you?
Good. I'm sitting on the river walk down here in Chicago catching your show.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Take a picture and send it to me when we get off the phone. I'd love to see what you're doing there.
It'll be a Trump Tower.
There you go. Hey, whatever works for you, man. Whatever floats your boat. You
actually? What I will send you is a picture I saw the SpaceX launch last week.
Oh, sweet.
While we were descending into Phoenix, we were like 35,000 feet. We see this thing just shoot off. It was super cool. I'll send that to you.
I bet. Now, you said in the chat, I saw you say something about you saw a UFO and that was unnerving, but because you didn't know what it was unnerving.
I did.
Versus the SpaceX thing.
No, I did, but since it's in the chat and you're talking about people getting whacked, I need you to scrub that because I don't want it to appear into the river.
Well,
what happened was, you want to hear about it? It was a little bizarre.
I would love to hear about it, absolutely, because for those of you who don't know Pilot X is, you fly a commercial airliner, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep, so he's up in the skies all day long, every day. So if there's anybody who's going to potentially run into one, like a fighter jet pilot, you'd think a commercial airliner would be doing the same thing. You guys aren't up as high as fighter jets, right? They go way higher? Or I don't know.
No, we generally go higher than them.
Oh, really? Okay, so yeah, see, I'm a dipshit. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's why I'm glad to have you on. We have an actual expert, not some guy named Dumb trying to sort this out. So what did you see, my dude?
Well, so my encounter actually was not while I was airborne. I was doing the walk around in the evening. We were in Denver, and it was December, a little cold out. Co-pilot didn't have his jacket, so I say, I'll throw my sweater on. I'll go get the walk around. And so every flight you go out, you walk around the plane, you inspect all the control surfaces, everything, make sure everything's good.
Okay.
So I'm sitting out there in Denver doing the walk around, and I'm at kind of the far end of the terminal. So there's only like my gate and then one more and then the runway. And in between, like after the runway is just a big field and then another runway, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I see these lights, and the cloud cover at the time, kind of like Cleveland, where you get that real thin layer of cloud cover, and it's super low. It's like 1,000 feet, and you can kind of see the stars through it, but not quite. They're just a little blurry.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So,
yep.
Yeah, so I see this light come through the clouds from above down onto the ground. And it was, to describe it, it was like if you took an HD, like a white HD light, and you multiplied it times 1,000, like a laser.
Wow.
Just crisp and sharp. And the pattern was sort of like a rotary phone. So if you were staring at a rotary phone and you've got all the little tiny circles,
yeah,
and then you've got that one big circle in the middle where they would put like the phone number or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's a big center light, and
wow,
then there's a bunch of little tiny lights around it, like maybe, I don't know, 10 or whatever. And it's all shining down on the ground, super, super, like no light refraction, nothing, just solid, like a laser beam, boom. And it's pretty big.
Yeah.
So anyways, the lights on the outside are spinning counterclockwise, and then they turn and then they go clockwise and they go counterclockwise. And this thing's moving around like it's searching for something. So I'm looking up and I notice I can't see the stars anymore where the light's coming from. So there's something above the clouds.
Wow, like
yeah, I was just saying,
blocking the star. Jesus, that's crazy. And it almost sounds like what, and I know it sounds easy, but it sounds like almost what you're describing, like the flying saucer almost. Like the shape you're describing, like the rotary thing, just imagine that on a three-dimensional scale, kind of.
Kind of. Well, but what happens, what's weird about it is, so those little small lights are turning. Two of the lights that are, kind of abeam one another, they break formation. And so they peel off. One peels off to the right, one peels off to the left. And they start doing an independent search pattern. In the meantime,
what's that mean?
The lights that are remaining, well, they're like the two little lights peel off, and they're beaming the ground in different areas.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
So they're acting independently from the main formation.
Gotcha.
And so the lights that remain around the big circle, all of a sudden they like become almost immediately equidistant from one another. So the two lights exit the formation, they peel off, and then the lights that are remaining, like that, the small ones on the rotary dial, they immediately adjust, right? So they spread out. We call it spreading out or kicking out. So they kick out a bit from one another, and so now everything's equidistant on the main light pattern.
I see what you're saying. So they
now,
fill the gaps on the rotary. Like, so if you take one of the numbers out, if you take the number 8 out, 7 and 9 move closer to each other. So, and all the other ones space out to make it fit. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah. So this whole time, there's no sound at all, nothing, and the lights are getting bigger.
Now wait, when you
smaller.
When you say no sound, you mean no sound coming from them, or like when you're walking, you can't hear your footsteps, no sound?
No sound coming from them.
Oh, okay.
So, which would be indicative of, what's the propulsion system? What is causing this? Because it's clearly coming from above. So the weirdest thing was the two lights that broke off and were now independent. They rejoin the formation at the same time. So they come back, they rejoin formation around that big circle.
Okay.
And then they all start moving around again like a rotary phone dial. And I mean, I can't even describe the speed. It just, like, you snap your finger and that huge formation of lights is just like fucking gone. You see it moving across the clouds like a fucking rocket, just boom, gone.
Wow.
Like heading right towards the Rocky Mountains. So I'm just sitting there looking at it and I'm going, what the fuck did I just see? Well, from behind me come two more small lights, like the smaller ones, in formation, a beam, perfectly spaced, just fucking hauling ass right across my head. I'm standing like in between the two of them, and they just shoot off in the same direction that the main formation went, like they're trying to catch up with it. And again, the speed was phenomenal, and there was zero sound, nothing.
So
I've never seen anything like that.
That's incredible. Now it's weird because, like, do you think maybe now, did you report anything to like your bosses or like flight control? No, you just shut up.
It's funny you say that, because I got back in the plane and I went, like, when you walk on the plane, right, you have first class and there's a first class galley right there.
Yeah.
And so I walked in, I went to the galley, I asked the flight attendant, I said, hey, I need a napkin. And so she gave me a napkin. I went in the cockpit, I sat down and I drew what I saw. I wrote the date and a short description.
Wow.
So I got home and I told my wife, because I didn't have my phone with me. My phone was in the cockpit. And I told my wife, I said, hey, you're not going to believe what I saw. And I told her, and she's like, oh, that's weird. But I just couldn't let it go. It kept bothering me. Like, for weeks, it kept bothering me.
I bet.
So, yeah, so like 2 or 3 weeks into it, I got online because I was afraid to put anything online and search it. So I went online and I searched it, strange lights over Denver International Airport on this date or whatever. And sure enough, someone else saw it, and they had reported it to the National UFO Reporting Center, and their description was exactly what I had seen. It was just unreal.
Wow, that is incredible.
So, yeah.
Wow. Well,
But we've got a lot of secret shit too. So.
Well,
who
isn't
knows what it
Denver?
was.
Isn't the Denver airport like? Aren't there a bunch of conspiracy theories about the Denver airport because of the weird murals and like supposedly FEMA camps and all kinds of weird stuff underneath it? Isn't that one of the things? I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
according to that guy with the weird hair that does the UFO show.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it. But I mean, this is totally different. This was just I can't explain it to this day. No idea.
Wow. It makes me wonder if there are more than one different type of either these UFO or whatever these aliens are. It's like they have two different types of technology, or there's two different types of aliens that are coming here because it seems like your description.
It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like yours described like more of a kind of flying saucer with little things that can come off the side of it, and then there's the Tic Tac, which is like an independent little like. Kind of like Tic Tac shaped thing, which is totally different than kind of what you're describing. So,
well, the Tic Tacs were reported during World War II by like bomber crews that these little Tic Tacs were following the bomber formations, and the bomber crews were moving at odd angles and really fast speeds, and that's where they called them Foo Fighters, and that's where the name for the band came from. So,
really?
They've been around for a while. There were bomber crews in World War II and fighter pilots in World War II that were reporting strange craft. They didn't know what they were, and it's oddly similar to what the Navy pilots were snapping their fire control radars onto. So I don't know.
Damn. That's it's been around for a while.
Too, like,
go ahead.
Why does it have to be UFOs? Because we're at a point, right, for dominance of the world or control of the world. What if it's us coming back, like from the future, to try to change and control and change future events in order to gain like some sort of dominance 500 years from now?
Like, maybe not so sinister. Maybe it's us coming back to prevent us from doing nuclear killing ourselves with nuclear bombs. Because I've seen reports where they tend to hover around our nuclear bases and things like that. There's been a bunch of reports about that. There was one I saw where they alleged that the aliens or some sort of force shut off everything, shut off all the fail safes, and turned it on like it was getting ready to launch, and then shut it off right before it was going to launch. So there's all kinds of.
That was in Germany. There was some weird shit going on over the nuclear bases in Germany. But anyway, if I don't reach out in the future, it's because of this phone call.
They got you. I was going to say the little black suits have come and taken you away, my friend. Well, I appreciate you telling us about the little green men you saw, and I hope the little black suits don't take you away, Pilot X.
Hey, awesome, dude. I really appreciate it, and I'm loving the show, bro. Keep it up.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. It's great to hear your voice, dude. I hope you're well, okay?
Yeah. All right. I'll shoot you those pics. Adios.
Perfect. Can't wait. Jay, send me that drawing. Take a picture of that drawing if you have it still. Oh, shit, he hung up. Damn it. I want to see that drawing he took. Well, while I was talking to Pilot X about his UFO thing, you guys were very busy in the chat. And shout out to Pilot X for telling that story. That was fucking crazy. If that's real, what he saw, and I'm just going to assume it is, because why the fuck would he waste his time calling and telling me about that? Because, he likes racing like me. We could talk racing, but we're talking UFOs. So that's pretty cool. But gosh, you guys were so busy in the chat. I see the secret ADS mod, which you don't have to do this, by the way, gifted 5 more Another Dumb Show memberships. One went out to Jeff Jr., it's Jason, Static X, Cassie, Hole and Outdoors. You guys are now official members of Another Dumb Show. You're official members of the League of Dummies. Pat Wooey is giving big shout outs to the secret ADS mod with a big superfan donation there. Nugget Man, another one. Superfan donation going back to the secret ADS mod. And then Pat Wooey himself become a member of the League of Dummies. Now I feel blessed because I know that dude's probably got like 37 kids if I know him. Just kidding. No, I'm Pat Wooey. I'm glad to have you, my friend. Thank you so much. And I'm catching up here. Irish Ronnie also sent in a superfan donation, but this one is about Superman. He asked me, Have you seen the movie Brightburn and Homelands versus Superman? I've seen the movie Brightburn, yes. It's great. It goes back to what I said earlier. It's all about the parenting. If Superman didn't have the dad he had, who knows how Superman would have turned out? He might have turned out to be some psychopath killer like that kid in that movie did. So yeah, I love that movie. Homelander versus Superman. I'm just going to give it to Superman because I can't bet against my guy. But because I think also Homelander thinks he's so awesome, Superman would get his ass kicked. It'd be a typical situation. Homelander thinks he's so badass, he wouldn't give his 100%. And Superman never gives his 100% ever because he's just afraid of hurting people or anything. So Superman gives like 0.0000000000001% of himself. That's what Superman's giving when you see all these things, when he's flying around shooting lasers, kicking the shit out of every other thing in the world. He's giving effort smaller than the thickness of a dime. Okay? Homelander would come in bringing something as tall as the Washington Monument. He'd be given that much effort versus Superman's dime-thick effort. So Superman would get the shit kicked out of him for a little bit. And then Homelander would say something really fucking stupid about how humans don't deserve something like him, or, he'd make fun of humanity. And then the big blue Boy Scout would go fucking berserk because you don't make fun of old Clark's second home and all his second people because you just don't. So what does he do? He takes Homelander and rips him in half. Just grabs him, rips him in half. He lasers him, disables him, grabs him, rips him in half, and then that's the end of Homelander. So there's your answer, Irish Ronnie. Superman would rip him to shreds if he really wanted to. Pat Wooey then went deep in the pockets and he started giving out Another Dumb Show memberships. Thomas Sanford, Nate K, Michael Sims, Fathom, Keels. You guys are all officially members of the League of Dummies. So thank you guys all so much. I really appreciate it. This is really great. I appreciate everybody throwing in all those memberships. I appreciate everybody supporting them so much. Secret ADS Mod is saying, everybody look in your YouTube settings and enable GIFs, then log out and back in. Do that after the show, please. I appreciate that. So I appreciate all of you guys and congratulations to Secret ADS Mod. I had a feeling since she was, I had a feeling I caught wind of this promotion. And so I had a feeling that's why she was giving out all these super fan or memberships, excuse me. All right, guys, I'm getting tired. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm starting to run out of gas, so I'm starting to run over my mouth here. Irish Ronnie said he's not mad at my Superman Homelander answer, so thank you. I appreciate that. Right on, guys. Remember, guys, I'm laughing at Shark's comment. The real question, Shaggy versus Superman. Shaggy is the strongest ever. Superman can't beat Kryptonite even. Well, yeah, if you use the magic Kryptonite, of course Superman, but if he knows you have Kryptonite ahead of time, obviously he's going to just disable that. If you're going to be sneaky and hiding your Kryptonite and your Scooby snacks and then saying, hey, Soups, I know you're the big blue Boy Scout, but check out these Scooby snacks I got. Everybody seems to love them. It's got special green in it. You'll like it. Superman probably would say no, but Lois is a bad influence to be like, go ahead, Clark. Go ahead, eat the brownie. Eat the cookie. And the next thing you know, old Superman is kryptonited by Scooby Snack. So, all right, nice try, Shark, but screw you. Guys, that's going to wrap things up here for us here on Another Dumb Show this evening. Gosh, I thank you so much to everybody. There was a lot of superfan donations in there, a lot of gifted memberships tonight. I appreciate everybody. A lot of phone calls. What a nice show tonight. I really appreciated having all you guys and your interaction, especially with Mikey not here. The phone calls really helped me out and help keep the show rolling along and not me just doing video dumps and stuff like that. So thank you guys all so much for being interactive and being a part of Another Dumb Show. Another way you can help the show outside of all those fantastic superfan donations and memberships in there, hit that like button, guys. The trolls, from my mole, I learned the trolls are out there trying to dislike all the videos. So the more of you guys who just taken an extra 10 seconds to go ahead and like the video, that will help Another Dumb Show continue to grow, because YouTube likes when we have lots of likes on all our videos. So if you enjoyed tonight's show, please take a second to hit that thumbs up on it. If you didn't like it, don't hit shit. And, also, if you guys are not already subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to the show. That's the only way you're able to talk in the chat. So if you've been hanging out and wondering why you can't talk in the chat and be a part of the league, it's because you have to be subscribed. It takes about 10 minutes. Once you're through that 10 minutes, you're welcome to chat it up all you want. And you're welcome to tell me how much I suck. I don't care. Just don't be a fucking broken record about it. Actually have a reason. Tell me, Dom, you suck for this reason. Then I'm happy to leave you in there. If you just keep saying the dumb same shit over and over again, I don't fucking care. I don't want you there. But again, you want to criticize me? I got thick enough skin to handle it. You're welcome to join the chat. So in the meantime, make sure you got your notifications turned on, because you never know what time I'm going to go live. Sometimes I have kid stuff, blah, 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 blah. So you want to know if I can give you updates through those posts and when we're going to go live and all that good stuff. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that little bell, sub and ding. And of course, Hulk smash that like button for brother. That's going to wrap things up for us tonight on Another Dumb Show. I appreciate y'all streaming on my tube. You know how good it feels when I have you guys streaming on my tube. I am out of here. Hey, you know the rules. If you guys have been participating in happy hour, make sure you don't go anywhere. Don't even go down the street. Don't drive. If you've been participating in a lavender, don't go anywhere. Same shit. You get in trouble just as well for that. So that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. I am out of here. See ya.